Welcome to the ReignsCast.
Welcome to the fourth episode of the ReignsCast. Alright, it's been a while since we've been back here, but I'm
to the ReignsCast.
Really awesome guest tonight. I got the legendary Rikuto. Alright, going to be talking to us a little bit about some of his experiences with DOA, what he currently thinks about the state of it right now, you know, a couple of other interesting things we're going to get into, but it's a really special podcast for me because it's the first time I've had Rikuto on here, so it's going to be cool to ask him some questions that I've never been able to ask him before. We also have my boy DestructionBomb in here. Shout out to DestructionBomb. The legendary D-Bomb, you guys all know, man, you know, the Akira legend. He's still like, you know, he says he don't play DOA, but he be uploading this crazy tech and shit to Twitter all over the place, and I'm like, man, this dude be playing some DOA sometimes. I don't know if I'm really going to buy that, but we're going to transition over here, and we should be good to go. We should be live. All right, man, what is going on with y'all today, man? Listen, it's a blessing to be here, to be able to do this podcast with you. How you guys feeling, man?
Feeling pretty good overall. It's been a while since I actually messed around with DOA, to be honest, but, you know, I'm kind of sitting waiting for something to happen, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of where everybody's at. I mean, I'm curious, have you played the game at all?
A little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, I was given a code, so I had to mess with it a little bit, but
right.
Honestly, most of my free time was just, you know, playing core fighters with Nico.
Okay.
You know?
I see.
Yeah.
DestructionBomb, I'm gonna turn you up myself on my end. I should be able to handle that. Listen, man,
Okay.
How are you feeling right now about the game? Just like a quick, 20 seconds, real quick, like bam. Like, how do you feel about DOA 6 last round?
The state of I don't care too much about the game at the moment.
Okay.
The feeling of if DOA disappears tomorrow, I simply don't care. Just,
Damn, man, that's
gone. Yeah.
Okay. Rikuto, what about you, man?
I mean, I feel that way about DOA 6, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of my good DOA memories are exactly that. They're memories. Like,
Yeah.
I can't really get new memories like that with DOA 6. It's not bringing anything to the table for me.
Right. I feel that. I feel it. I feel exactly what you're talking about, because for me, it's like I'm playing the game, and I swear, dude, every time I play it, I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, I wonder if like something's ever gonna happen for me where I appreciate this game at all. Like, and I'm not trying to get into shitting on DOA 6. That's not what this stream, you know, this podcast is about.
Right.
However, you know, at the same time, I do have to give my opinions on it, my feelings, just because I wouldn't be a fan. I wouldn't be able to call myself a hardcore fan. Listen, I'm a hardcore fan. Rikuto, you're a hardcore fan. You know what I'm saying? DestructionBomb, you're a hardcore fan. So because of that, we're all competitive. You know, Rikuto's won freaking Evo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the top 8 for the other Evo, the only other one that was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like, you've been around long enough to understand that, all right, I might like this game competitively. I like the system and how it works. Maybe not DOS 6 as much, but, you know, you have to enjoy the game in order to even get to that point. You know, like, because
Exactly.
DOA is not one of those games you're going to do that without reason, right? Like, you're not just going to go out of your way to win Evo for DOA unless you really care, right?
I mean, the first time I entered a tournament was in 2002
Jeez,
for DOA
man.
3. I was
That's
a youngin', you know?
Crazy. Wait, hold on. You can't just skip past that real quick. I've been wanting to get you on here to kind of ask you a little bit about some of that, because, you know, I know, shout out to my boy Golden Ghost. He did an interview with Rikuto. It was really great. There's a lot of great information in there. You know, so make sure you guys definitely check that out. That's a really great interview that he did. But really quick, just to get a little bit of, you know, like your background with DOA, man. Like, you said you went to your first tournament in 2002.
Yeah, I would have been like 14 or 15. I was like Excal's age when he broke into the scene competitively, you know?
Yeah.
I was a youngin'.
Okay.
And the thing is, I didn't have a group of people to train me to play games competitively at all. I was mashing against my next door neighbor and a friend who came over sometimes and the computer, and that's it.
Right.
And I just ended up going to this local that had like 20, 30 people entering, and it was single elimination, terrible rule set, you know.
Ooh.
But I cleaned everybody's clock, you know. It's not like
Yeah.
they were like they were amazing players or anything, but you know, when you're that young and you just win a tournament out of nowhere, it's kind of like, okay,
Right.
maybe there's something to this. And so I got interested in that.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I was hardcore casual is what I would call myself back then. Like, I was casual, but I was hardcore about it.
Right.
And yet you have to be that way to even try to get into being on the competitive side of things, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think that, like you got like this long backstory with this game. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's so much there. And obviously I don't want to spend the entire, time talking about it, but just I guess one more thing I want to ask you about like your backstory with DOA, like, competitively, what made you pick, 'cause at the time, like you had Tekken, you know what I mean? Like you had Soul Calibur, like obviously you might have been playing Soul Calibur casually, but like what made you really dive into Dead or Alive as like your main game? Like what was it?
Well, I always loved Caliber. So
Okay.
that was like right next to it.
Yeah.
But I think what it was with DOA, there's just so much visual feedback about smacking people into stuff. In DOA 3, like especially knocking them out of the window and having them fall down through the sign and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Other fighting games weren't really doing that in 3D.
No.
And there was something about that that just gave me an instant dopamine hit.
Okay.
So it's how fluid it was. For me, it
Makes
was amazing.
makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's kind of, I think D-Bomb will probably agree. I mean, what about you, bro? Like, your first earliest competitive experiences with the game. Like, what was your first tournament and how did it feel going to that tournament? Like, how did you feel being there?
So for me, it took a bit of convincing because during that time period, I was still like sort of in school,
Okay.
and my first encounter with DOA was, clearly, DOA 2 at the time, but there wasn't like a true interest for DOA for me, not until at least like late DOA 3, early DOA 4. Because around that time period, I was not really into fighting games. I was more like an action game type of guy, do combos, Devil May Cry type of style. And DOA in particular was like one of those games that drew me in. It's the same as kind of like Rikuto, like that one flashy moment of like, oh my god, that's the Zuno drop. Like I've seen this. Is this that Ninja Gaiden guy? Oh, it is him. Okay, all right.
Right.
So, everything kind of clicks over time. But my first competitive offline experience was around early DOA 5 Vanilla at Next Level Arcades. And then they had a tournament at Defend the North. That's also when I met a player called Something Unique.
Yeah.
And he was telling me how that there is a competitive scene for DOA because I knew there was, but I never really cared for it too much because I thought the competitive side of it was like online, which was DOA 4. All these online tournaments, these recorded footages with like these capture cards, but I never thought they'd be like an offline tournament for DOA until like DOA 5, and I'm sure it existed before then. And I might have seen like a clip or two from like the old DOA 4 offline tournaments, but I never really like believed in it until like vanilla of DOA 5. So I think that's when I got my first experience of like, wow, this is actually I can see why people like this. And I was hearing the stories of,
Right.
funny enough, it actually involves Rikuto and Matt Ponton, where they were telling me,
Shout out to Matt Ponton.
yeah, I remember I think I was in a discussion. I don't know if it was like those old forums of like DOA Central. I was under a different name at the time. And then Man Ponton, I had a conversation with him, and he was telling me how like the offline experience is actually different, how the netcode works, how DOA is very sensitive to that type of stuff. And I was like, huh, it's a bit of an eye opener. And because of that, I wanted to experience DOA in the true format, like the true definitive experience of like this is what it's like to play the game, without being restricted by net play shenanigans.
Yeah.
And eventually, I just kept going from like vanilla to 5U and to last round, and the rest is history.
Right. So, I guess one of my next questions before we start getting to like a more general scope of things, like with you guys, like there's a really important question I want to ask, and like DOA 5, I keep hearing, maybe you guys can confirm this for me. I keep hearing that DOA 5 Itagaki, like, did he like help them with the game in some way in an unofficial capacity?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's going around.
No, I don't know who started that, but that's grade A BS. If anything, Itagaki got kind of angry about DOA 5.
Okay.
It was around probably the tail end of 5 Ultimate. He started chiming in on Facebook, as I recall.
Yeah.
And he was really mad about the DLC situation. He was basically saying stuff like, this is nothing but sexualized stuff. Where's the legacy stuff? Where's the cool stuff? You're not supposed to exceed, the 4-pillar thing. The sexiness is supposed to be 25%, and now it's like, 60%, 70%, all this.
Yeah.
he was not happy about DOA 5.
Man.
I don't think he was ever in a position to critique it like competitively, because I don't think Itagaki honestly had competitive knowledge. Really,
Yeah, I don't either.
He was an action.
I agree.
Itagaki was an action game guy. He was not a fighting game guy. So
Yeah.
he didn't understand what a step up it was. I think he understood that it was more competitive, but I think that also kind of upset him too, because in his view, it's like, well, it has to hit this really fine balance. I don't want to turn it into a Virtual Fighter, you know?
Right.
And then he sees Virtual Fighter characters in there, and I think that kind of set him off a little bit. So
Yeah, man, I didn't even think about that, right? Holy
No.
shit. Yeah, he's like, dude, listen, I know some people would probably say that Itagaki didn't care for DOA 5 in the sense of like he might not have ever looked at it, but I don't know if that's how that works. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you create something, you're gonna want to see what they're doing with your shit. I'm sorry. Like, look at Cliff Blazinski when it comes to Gears of War. Like,
he did complain about basically everything that was ever shown to him on his Facebook page. I remember when they came out with Last Round and they had Azuchi, which is, the DOA 3 castle stage.
Yeah.
Itagaki immediately went on a rant that they put in all of the wrong parameters when you knock somebody out the window. I was like, well, technically he's correct. I mean, the camera angle is wrong, and he's coming out the wrong end of the castle.
Yeah.
And when he falls off the roof, that's the wrong angle there too. So he's right. They did have the wrong parameters, but he took every opportunity to take a shot at DOA 5. Every
Damn.
single chance he got, he took a shot at it.
damn. All right. So the next piece of this is the question I had. So with all of that, so now that we kind of understand, because dude, I'm telling you, people have been saying this shit to me, and I don't know why. I'm like, I would have knew that. Like, I'm not the biggest like super fan when it comes to all the backstage knowledge and all that shit, but like, I would have known if Itagaki like consulted on the game. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have known. When the fuck would he have done that? Like, but I guess I was just kind of, I don't know. So going into it, the question that I had is, I asked this on Twitter as well. What is it about, since it was post Itagaki, right? Like DOA 4 system wise, the game was trash. I could not stand the system in DOA 4, man. Like it was so bad. But what do you think, like, in terms of like DOA 5 not being an Itagaki product, but it was still a game that turned out to be really like an amazing fucking game? Like, what happened from 5 to 6? Like, how did...
Well, we had, the short answer is there's two things. First, it had half the budget of 5.
Okay.
And that affects things a lot. You
Right.
get something half the budget, you're going to get half the game.
Yeah.
The other thing is, and people got to remember, like, DOA 5 Vanilla didn't have that much in terms of stages and stuff either.
That's true.
Yeah. The other thing is, the elephant in the room, Shimbori got promoted from director to producer, and when you get promoted in Japan, they're not asking. Like, you're out of that chair, you're in the other one.
Damn.
And Shimbori was an amazing director, and I love the guy to death. He was not a very good producer.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that Nakamura was kind of shadow directing that game anyway, and, kind of being groomed to replace him. So most, or at least half of what DOA 6 is Nakamura. So the left hand didn't really know what the right was doing. They weren't communicating with each other very well.
I agree.
Some stuff was Nakamura, some stuff was Shimbori, but the thing is, Shimbori couldn't keep track of anything he was directing because he was too busy with producing stuff.
Yeah.
And he was working on other projects at the same time, so it was just a flustercuck. Like,
D-Bomb.
that's just what it was.
What's your input on that? Like,
So, I think I have this like similar discussion like it might have been like a couple weeks ago, where it was like a debate I saw on social media about the balance in between DOA 6 and DOA 5. Now, to me specifically, I felt that DOA 5 fits the mold of how a standard format of a fighting game should work. So, for example, Virtual Fighter, Soul Calibur, and Tekken have like something in common, right? They have like a full-on wall splat, right? They can't get out of it, they can't hold out of it, none of that type of stuff. But then DOA decides to be like, okay, we're gonna change that to be different. For whatever reason, they were like, okay, well, we're gonna add like a wall stun now. Now you can hold out of it.
right.
Now I'm not against the inclusion of it because I'm neutral to these things. If they add it, it is what it is, right? But for DOA 5, you didn't really have that, right? You have like the standard fighting game, natural wall splat, get your combo, full damage, back away. They do a wave grip kick, you whiff punish, you get another wall splat, and you're done. And I always felt like, wow, this is how a fighting game kind of should be, right? It's like it feels very standard, right? But um, when DOA 6 first dropped, I will admit I was actually kind of like very hesitant, like the production, because when I first heard about like there was like no lobbies and stuff, I was like, holy crap, this is actually it's pretty rough. And then my faith starts to dwindle down.
Yeah.
And then eventually it becomes about like like Rikuto mentioned, like things with budget, where now you don't have the control of these games anymore of how you want it to like turn out, right? And then you eventually lose the fun factor, where now the game is just like, who's this for kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So now me personally, I'm very mixed about. There's some stuff I like about DOA 6. It's not much. It's like a little, like I like the training mode.
It's a little bit.
But besides that, it's just one of those things that like, man, like you have to come to some expectations that one day they may fuck up, right?
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be that day. And I'm just sitting there like, damn, this is like, what are you gonna do, right? And I decided to be like, you know what? Let me be the patient man. Let me not crash out, or whatever the case may be, right? Let me just be patient. But then when you're patient, you notice that like being patient is somehow not working out either.
Right.
You're sitting there waiting, and then you're not getting the goodies that you're supposed to get from our pops upstairs, Koei Tecmo. And you start to feel very different about the game itself, where you start to like almost like drift.
Yeah.
And then that's how I
That's
feel at the moment,
crazy,
so.
bro. That's crazy.
It's the first time for you, D-Bomb, because I had to go through that DOA 4. I also had a 7-year wait, so I get that.
It's
totally get
pretty
it.
brutal. I mean, my time with DOA 4 was right. I mean, I got the Red Ring of Death, so it was relatively short.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got 4 of those.
Yeah, dude, there was a trick for that shit too. I forget, you had to put it in a towel or something. What was it? Yeah, it was some dumb shit that made no fucking sense, but it got it back on, and I swear, dude, like it would work for a couple of weeks. What was it? Remember what it was?
I think
I had never had that trick happen. I mean, I had 4 Xboxes brick on me. I never found a trick to get them working again. I always had to send them in.
Like the only thing I remember that I was in a lobby with like E-Man and XCal, and then my Xbox just shut off, and then I was just like, yeah, I don't think I could come back to this ever again, probably. So I went to PlayStation. I had no choice.
PlayStation. Yo, you know what's crazy about PlayStation? I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was talking about how like did you guys cross platform, or were you exclusive to one platform in the older DOA days?
Whenever I could, I was cross-platform, but I don't think I could afford both a PS3 and like a 360 during that era.
Yeah.
Not until like the end of the era, when I had my own income really coming in.
Exactly. I feel that. So to piggyback off of that, the conversation that I had was like, yo, there was like a whole community on PlayStation, right? Like that we had never gotten to play. Like I even talked about how, I don't know if you guys did this, Rikuto, if you did this, but when the game came out on Xbox One, it was trash. It was just unoptimized or something. It was laggy. The game didn't run well, so we all went back to 360. Was that a thing, or am I tripping?
I didn't have an Xbox One right out of the gate, so it's hard for me to say.
Okay.
I do remember hearing about that though.
Yeah. So the reason why I even bring that up is because I'm like, man, like, there is a whole community of like players on each one of these consoles, like that were having, clan matches or whatever the case is, like, and it's just crazy how no matter what, in my mind, the Xbox community was the only one that existed when it came to DOA. Like, it was like, if you were playing DOA, you were on Xbox. Like, you were not on PlayStation. If you were on PlayStation, you were cheeks, which we found that out later that wasn't the case, because D-Bomb, I think you were on PlayStation. No, you were on Xbox. You were on 360.
I was Xbox, yeah.
It was,
and then went from
it was
360
when
and then
PS4 came out.
Yeah. Right after 360, I went straight to the PS3 because I've heard of like the whole PlayStation 3 actually had a free online service as well.
Yeah.
It did.
So
It did.
Back in the day.
yeah, that was like very enticing. So it's in a similar boat to what Rikuto mentioned, where like I didn't have the money to just go back and repair Xbox.
Yeah.
And so I was like at the mercy of just like it's like an ultimatum where like, okay, either you fix your Xbox and it's just gonna break down later, or just go buy another console. And I remember like talking with my brother about this. I was like, damn, I might just get the PlayStation 3 free online. I don't have to pay monthly. It was just so enticing. Like, it's like you're paying for, no subscription pretty much. And And then from there on, I was just like, you know what? Let me just stick on this platform. And then I wasn't really much of like, I was, you could say I was very quick to just let things go, you know, because I really loved DOA 4. I mean, originally I got the 360 because of like other games like Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden 2 and Tales of Vesperia. But then with DOA 4, it just came like, part of the package where if I lose this game, then it is what it is. Then I'll just stay on PlayStation. But then DOA 5 came out and I was like, oh, perfect timing. I'm on PlayStation anyway. And then I think it started to develop a community there from like online forums and like GameFAQs and stuff. And then some of them like drifted into like Free Step Dodge. And then that became like the whole PlayStation community boom. You have like a bunch of like lobbies and stuff. So yeah.
Man, I gotta say real quick, yo, DOA Central, bro, was so clean. I love that website. Like I got on DOA. Apparently there was another one too that I never used, like DOA World or some shit. There was another one.
Yeah,
but I was always a DOA Central guy, and then I remember when they I don't know if they merged all the stuff over, or what happened, but it's something like 2010 or something or some shit. I forget.
I mean, well, the site was kind of buggy.
They merged into the little side project that Manny had, TK Players, but never tell Ponton that DOA Central was clean because.
It was pretty buggy.
He's seen how the server situation was. It was held together by duct tape. That was a.
Oh no! It just had a certain amount of dust. Man. It had a certain amount of dust on it that I just thought had character. Like,
oh, I did. For sure.
It just had character. So it was like, man, this is a grimy ass website, dude. Like, and people were talking crazy shit back then on those fucking forums, bro. Holy shit, dude! Because you can go to the Wayback Machine. Board. Oh, yeah, no. So you know all about the shit that was going on, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like
the fact that website even had a flame board. Like, who makes a flame board in 2026?
The Free Step Dodge is sick, though. I like Free Step Dodge, and there's actually a lot more information on there than I think people know. Like, there's a lot of shit on there. Like, I didn't even know that there was, like, subcategories for all the tournaments and shit and, like, your placements and all that. Like, there's little subcategories all over the place. Like, and I didn't know that all that... It's a lot of innovation, bro. Make sure you guys check out Free Step Dodge, man. Shout out to the boy Matt Ponton for holding that together. Make sure y'all donate to that shit too. So, I guess the next part of this is like, let's talk about some DOA 6, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about some DOA 6, right? Like, Rikuto, is there enough desire there for you at all to really want to play the game? Like,
I asked myself that question when they announced, they were putting up this big prize pot for this tournament they're doing for it. The big official one.
Yeah.
So I asked myself that question. Okay, is this enough to get me to want to play it? And then I remembered back to the last one they did, that they stopped after 1 year, and I was like,
all right.
No, I mean, not if it's going to be that again. I mean, they have to change something. If they change something, then yes.
Right.
But like I said, I'm waiting for them to change anything at all. Yeah. Like, give me something. Right. Not just a new female character. Like, give me something that's going to show that this game is actually evolving in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
DestructionBomb, you feel the same way? Like, I mean, you went to some tournaments in 5. I don't want to be wrong. I think maybe you went to 1 and 6, or I don't know if you really cared enough to about the game from that point. But
I did go to 1 and 6.
Next level.
It was the one in next level. Yeah, that's the one.
That's what it was. Okay.
But I did not compete in it. I was a spectator.
Okay. So no, I feel that. Listen, I feel that. Like, people be talking shit and be like, oh, Emery, he's going to tournaments and like not entering. It's like, I did say that I'm never competing in this game. Like, I was very clear about that I'm never playing a tournament in this game. I think I played the 2 pre-release tournaments. There was like April Annihilation, and then there was the 1 Winter Brawl. I don't think the game was out for either. I think it was out for April Annihilation. Was it? I don't remember the timeline because it's been so long, but I've never played in like a real tournament for the game. So like, I kind of made a pact to myself that like, I just don't desire this game enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? To really want to play it like that,
It can't make me think hard enough for me to feel like, I played my best. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest problem I have. I feel like no matter what I do, I'm going to go there, I'm going to play a character that's slow and be, at a slight disadvantage no matter what. And then it's a roll of the dice. And I don't really like that feeling. So,
oh, yeah.
Like, how do I mitigate damage in DOA 6? There's an explosive wall everywhere, or a firecracker pit, or a death zone on the highway. That's just one touch, you're dead. The stages in DOA 6 are so out of pocket. and the movement
Yo.
speed on slower characters is so bad. It's like 50% of what it was.
Yeah, man. So a problem that I have with the game, Danger Zone wise, like first of all, it sucks that 35% of the maps are banned. like that's
I ban more of them. I would ban more of them.
Yo, Throwdown. Throwdown needs to go.
I would
like
just put in some Smash rules in there. Fox only Final Destination, one fucking stage. That
would fix a lot of things, but
it would make the tournaments not hype. But to be honest, like, you have the stages the rest of the time. Who cares? Right. That game needs a lot of bans because it is a very, very, very flawed game.
I remember,
volatile. It's very volatile. Yeah. Like it feels like you're losing. And somebody said this the other day. Who was it? They made a really good. I think it was. Fucking. I forget who it was. It was Haiti. Somebody. They were like, yeah, man. Like you lose to. It was Jay Gonzalez. Shout out to Jay Gonzalez. He's like, yeah, man. Like it's bad enough. There's like one truck that you lose a 50% combo to. They let you get hit into it again. Like you can get up and away where you will get retrucked. You know what I'm saying? And then right across the street, there's 2 Honda Civics that are on fire. Okay, that there's no skill. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no skill involved with connecting those combos. So it's not like, remember the combos that like only Master could do, and like fucking DOA 5, the ones that you actually had to sit there and like DestructionBomb. Like you weren't just doing stage combos. Other than a couple of them, like there was some nasty shit that you had to practice for 8 hours to pull off. That's gone. Like anybody fucking Fisher Price can do the shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, DOA 6 is basically what if like Michael Bay directed this game kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh,
pretty much.
Around the block,
But...
there's another Honda Civic in the corner, and then there's a Terminator tanker on the other side of the map. Like it's
right.
And it's there's slip stuns.
The safest corner you can go to has breakable boxes.
Like I don't get it. Like, I get it. Danger Zone was always, Danger Zones were always a thing in DOA. I get it, but it's like, bro, like, Michael Bay might even be disturbed at some of the fucking explosions.
I know what they were trying to do. I know what they were trying to do with this stage design. And it's, okay, we put in the break hold. People are going to be getting out of stuns so easy. We need to guarantee damage somehow. But my God, what a terrible way to do it.
Yeah,
you don't have to think about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys, DestructionBomb, how do you, in Rikuto, like, I got into a conversation with somebody about Stagger Escape the other day. Now, for me, I don't take any Stagger Escape slander except for one argument, because I've been doing it for 20 years. So it's like, when I'm playing DOA 6, my dumbass is trying to Stagger Escape, and it takes me like a half a second to be like, wait, you can't do that in this game. I don't know why, but especially if I'm rusty. If I don't play a lot of DOA 6, bro, I'll immediately start Stagger Escaping, and I know it doesn't work, but it's like a fucking habit, man.
Oh yeah, same here. Like, I've been doing it forever.
Yeah, same here.
The thing about staggers, a lot of people, they're glad that it's gone. They like that everything is universal and normalized, and a lot of people just miss it because they like the post-stun mind game with, messing around with your timing a little bit to avoid a throw. Honestly, I think stagger was a good thing, and that was a good, proper defense to have against stuns. It was like, the second way out. The problem I have with stagger is that it destroys controllers.
Yes, it does. Bro, people keep asking why I have so many PS4 controllers. DOA 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So, I mean, my solution to it is simple. I think that having a stupid, complicated, mashy input behind it is dumb. Have you hold a button down. Just have you hold a button down, and it changes your timing for exiting the stun. That's it. That's all that's really necessary.
Right. I don't know if you know, but Virtua Fighter just got rid of a bunch of their staggers. Like, they just completely, like, I'm not speaking for the future of VF with Crossroads, because we don't know what the fuck's going on there yet. Right. But with classic VF, like, that game had a lot of really knowledge-checky staggers. There's still some there, but for the most part, they alleviated a lot of them because I think they wanted to try to welcome more newcomers. And, bro, there's a lot of stagger moves and situations in that game where you won't get staggered by getting hit by it on counter hit, but, like, on, like, crouch, it'll stagger you. Like, there's a lot of weird shit like that in the game. So, I guess with me with Stagger Escape, again, to go back to it, I guess I don't mind as much because I know how to do it, but that's not really fair because controller-wise, it's out of fucking pocket. Like, I've broken controllers in tournament. stagger
Yeah.
escaping, like completely. Like I'm like you're playing, and you're like, oh well, this D-pad's fucked. Like I can feel it. It's mush now. Like it's completely done. That's
I got a
not
mount
good.
with dead DS4s.
Yeah,
Yep.
somebody said that they put breakhold in the game to just say fuck stagger escape in general, and this is how you're just gonna get out. Which clearly that's kind of what they did because there's no stagger escape in the
Yeah.
game. But do you think that that was the optimal way to negate that?
Clearly not.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly not. Nobody likes it. So
yeah. DOA 6 players, I will say, I've heard a couple of I don't know how y'all do that stagger escape shit, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's
Just
the
do it.
fucking, that's kind of the point. But like, if you start with 6 and you try to go back to 5, I can see why you would not be able to play the game, bro. I get it.
Yeah.
Because take mostly everything you know about the, like, we can imagine that, right? But we're smart enough to kind of put ourselves in their shoes. Like, dude, what would it be like if we started with 6 and we tried to go back?
I mean, you have to start them on the harder game. But I will say this:
Yeah.
when I really started getting competitive, that was just with DOA 3. That was a 3-point hold system. I didn't even know stagger escaping existed back then.
You could
Frankly,
just hold
nobody
out.
did it.
Yeah, right.
Nobody really stagger escaped in DOA 2 or DOA 3, even though it was there. So, I mean, DOA 3 being as simple as it was, I then went on to DOA 2U, which had a 4-point system. That's actually quite a bit harder. And then, of course, to DOA 4. I gotta say, it's not that difficult to make the jump. Like, maybe for some people, but for me, it really wasn't that bad. Like, you get used to it because everybody else is kind of having the same struggle too.
Yeah.
So you're still going to get your wins.
Right.
It's not that big of a deal.
I do wonder if, it's kind of far off now, but somebody actually made a comment too I was going to ask you guys about. Like, do you think that there's any possibility that they're going to cancel this next DOA project? By any chance, you think that's possible at all?
I
Could
think
something
that
happen?
I mean, something could, of course, always happen. I've seen, after I watched Square Enix cancel all the DLC for Final Fantasy 15, I think anything's possible.
Yeah.
But with Koei Tecmo, I think the only way they would cancel it is if they thought there was absolutely no way they could squeeze money from it. I think they would sooner turn it into an all-girls gacha fighter than just outright delete it. They will take the path of least resistance on that and make their money easily.
Damn, bro, that's and it's crazy because looking at what like DOA 6 kind of is right now, I'm not saying that last round, by the way, guys, like I'm pretty sure there is a future for 6 last round. What? I don't know. But there's got to be something coming down the pipeline, right? Like, or am I tripping here?
I mean, there's
I
something.
There is something. Then you have like the new character dropping.
Which we haven't seen.
Yeah, I think you have to keep. Well, there has to be some type of like medium to low expectations because you don't know what they're gonna pull out of the hat. They can make it pretty good, or they can make it really bad, right?
Yeah.
So, I would say like, I'm sure there's some type of future for this game. It's just that future is not very enticing for people to legitimately care, right?
Right.
Like for someone like me, for example, look, I have nothing against. I don't hate the game. I don't dislike it, but I don't have a legitimate reason to play it, right? Besides like finding, besides finding tech. Like finding tech, that's easy. You just turn on the game, find tech, and then you close the app. That's it. You're done. And some people are like, well, at least you're playing the game. True, but not in the capacity that that they're thinking, right? Like, oh, well, he's at least trying the game. Maybe he's trying to grind for it. And I can tell you right now, I am not even grinding the game at all.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. I don't have the purpose for it. I'm having too much fun doing something else, and then I decide to just warp my mind to just get attuned to the outside things that isn't DOA, right? So it allows me to proceed without worrying about it too much because right now this DOA has this weird issue of like just Japanese game politics behind the screen is just all over the place, right? And that alone, combined with the issues that DOA has been having for like years at this point, right? Of trying to get people to play this goddamn game. Because, I mean, me and Slybass, we've been trying to do like a social experiment. Game. Yeah, I missed the guy as well. We've been trying to get a social experiment. Like, we've done it maybe like about 6 times. Twice at NEC, one at ECT, one at Defend the North, and twice at Next Level. And it got to a point where every single time has always been a struggle to get people to play this game. Every single time.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching this man. He's hard at work with like a notebook, with like three monitor setups, 3 console setups, and he's waiting for people to play this game. And when someone does come play, they're like, "Oh, let me try it." They'll try it, and then within like maybe like 15 to 20 minutes, they're like, I can't vibe with this game. I don't know. There's something about it. You know, at that point, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Right? Are we gonna like, you know, keep praying that, oh, you know, like, hey, Bomb, it's okay. Maybe someone out there will come and play this game. I mean, sure, we can all pray, you know, forever, right? But, you know, this game has to grow, right? If the game is not growing, what are you going to do? Right?
Yeah.
So, basically, I'm just basically yapping at this point. But I'm just giving, like, my own personal experience of the struggles that this game kind of goes through. And then I think 6LR still has that issue of trying to get people to play this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think...
No, you go ahead, Rikuto.
I was just reminded of something that my old roommate, Smithy, said once about DOA 4 back in the day, and it still applies to even... Smithy.
Was he the Hayate player?
I mean, he could play Hayate. He's known for... He would stop people with Tengu in DOA 2. That's much of an accomplishment. But the thing about Smithy is that he was always very critical of DOA as a series. The thing he said was, people with fighting games, specifically competitive players, they want to be able to rationalize their decisions. And in DOA, you can't do that. Because it's like, so many moves just have bad properties on them. Yeah. You stun somebody very easily, sometimes even a normal hit. And then they can hold out a stun for a bajillion damage. And, you know, the reasons for not being able to rationalize your decisions have changed. Now it's like really terrible stage design. In DOA 4, it was, you know, instant low holding into plus, which is crazy. But no matter what it was, it's always remained true. And the way I felt about it as I got better is I'm not able to rationalize my decisions because throws can't be broken. So it's like, where's my defense? Yeah. And I don't have a lot of moves that are really like knockback on block, so I can't really create distance either. It's just kind of like you go in and then it's a nonstop blitz until someone's dead.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, bro? I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but like when I'm playing DOA 6, and I don't ever get this when I'm playing 5. I don't want to say it's anxiety when I'm playing the game, but the game is like so volatile because, you know, if you get stunned, like you could die. Like you could hit an F-150 from just getting stunned. Whereas in like DOA 5, someone was trying to say, yeah, but you can stun launch DOA 5. Yeah, but I wasn't getting like hit with a 6P into like a 20 frame kick afterwards. Like you were only able to do certain attacks to follow up your stun, and a good player is gonna know that, so they're either gonna counter that option or just stagger escape the rest. You know what I mean? So it's like you cannot do that shit anymore. You get stunned by Kasumi, it's like what launcher is she gonna do to you? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a very volatile game where it feels like you have to play perfect neutral in a game where the system was never really perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's.
I think it also. DOA 4 did not have the best movement or best hitboxes, honestly. People think it did because the camera's very much zoomed in compared to other DOA games.
Yeah.
But it really didn't. And when you got to DOA 5, you know, they sort of fixed the distance between characters again, and they made that movement good. Like, the movement was good, the hitboxes were good. Even with, like, unbreakable throws, you could out-neutral people in DOA 5. It sometimes didn't feel like it because we were all playing on a kind of a sus netcode most of the time. But when you were offline, the neutral let you avoid all that shit. It was great.
So, you know, I was going to ask you, Rikuto, because I know that you have some experience with, like, throw breaks and, like, you know, you asked... Who did you ask about the throw break thing again? And, like...
You're talking about Smitty, or...?
No, you asked somebody... I don't know if it was you. Somebody asked somebody at Team Ninja about, like, throw breaks. And, like,
I asked Shimbori himself when he was still director, like at least on paper.
Yeah, what happened with that, man? Like, what was the follow up from that?
Oh my god, I'm trying to remember the entire conversation because it was a long one. But he gave me like 3 different excuses, like back to back. I can't remember what order they came in. One of them was we can't change it because that's the way it's always been, and I told him that's bullshit. Another one was we don't have the budget to do it. I think that's the one he actually stuck with at the end. Like, if they did throw breaks, they would want them to be like VF, where every single throw has a different break animation. And yeah, that's really pretty. But you don't sacrifice the gameplay because you can't afford it. You just do a universal one like you do with Soul Calibur. You know, we'll live with it if it saves the game.
Right. So, I mean, I had a theory of mine of like how I would like not want throw breaks to work, but obviously if you understand the system of the game, you kind of put it like in your mind of how that might work and how it might look. Like for me, it's like I'm like, yo, grabs, specifically like reset grabs, like Zack and like Mila and characters that can just grip you up and make you have to guess after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, reset after reset. Yeah.
Right, and especially with a game like DOA 6, where like after you get reset, you're just one stun away from hitting the truck. You know what I'm saying? You can get stunned if you don't want to get thrown again a lot of the times. So it's like I'm like, man, if I'm at neutral and like if I'm not unsafe, then like I should be able to like break this grab. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I wrong with that? Would that work? I think that would work.
That would work. The only time I think that throws should be unbreakable is when you are either unsafe, like you're in negative frames, and you know that would have been a punish anyway, or you tried to hold and you got high countered. Like those two situations, they should stay completely unbreakable. But everything else, let us break them. Give us like directional, you know, like hold guard and then hold either forward or back or whatever. Yeah, like
and
it's not hard.
It would freaking work. Dude, it would work. And they're talking about throw break animations. Like there's fucking throw break animations in the game. The neutral throws have one. Give us something. I mean, I get like they listen, dude. I'll take anything. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like
Dr. Dog once alluded to me that there were actually some throw break animations already done when they were working on DOA 5, and they just elected not to put that system in the game. Like at some point.
I mean, what do you do? I guess so. What do you think our chances are of seeing throw breaks in DOA 7?
Oh,
I would be shocked.
I'd be super shocked too.
Damn, no, man, no.
Shimbori wouldn't agree. Shimbori wouldn't agree to it. I don't see Nakamura agreeing to it.
Yeah.
Shit.
That one is like, even I find that like much harder to believe than compared to something like Rollback, for example. Like it's like way lower.
That low? Like, we're never gonna get throw breaks.
Yeah, only because
the other excuse that Shimbori had, I remember, he thought that it would make the game too hard for casuals. Like they wouldn't understand throw breaks. And I remember when he said that, my counter was, casuals wouldn't even know it was in the game. It wouldn't stop them from enjoying it. Like, how would that even affect them?
Listen, I don't know, bro. I don't know about that. I think that sounds like some BS to me, because like again, I'm not an expert or anything like that, but I feel like that can't be that hard of a thing to do.
I heard to back up what Rikuto said, I also heard like a fourth one where I don't know if it was Matt who brought it up. It was somebody, but it was mentioned that like, well, we don't want to add throw breaks because the animations, we don't want them to see them broken because we already put budget into the throw animations themselves. So seeing them broken would be like a waste. I'm like, really,
bro?
That is such a CEO thing to say. Oh my god.
Yeah, that sounds like some
that's horrible.
I was like, that cannot be real. That cannot be real.
That is some funny shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Just
where did you hear that from?
Like, so it might have. I don't know if it was like Matt or somebody, but it was definitely written somewhere.
Matt's got a lot of information, so he has a lot of information.
I could sadly see that. It's just ridiculous enough to be true.
Because, you know, they spent the time with the throws, you know, the beautiful animations. We don't want to see them broken. It's just like, oh man, like, so then what will be like, it's such a weird like rebuttal type of stuff. It's just like, I just cannot agree with that. I'm sorry. I just cannot agree with that.
Yeah, man. So we ain't never getting no throw breaks. We're cooked 100% on that front. At least for the next decade or so. You know, do you guys feel like there's any chance that DOA 6 last round is going to actually become it's going to be out of beta phase at some point?
If DOA 6 actually becomes like a good, solid fighting game somehow, it will unironically happen at the very last moment on the very last
Yeah.
patch before
Yeah,
DOA
that's
7 comes out, and DOA 7 ends up
Yeah.
being terrible. Like, that's always our luck, right? The moment we have it good, something comes along and changes it. So, I don't know. It's bleak. It's bleak.
This is bonsai tree, man. You know, like I was talking the other day. I think I'd be blabbing in my videos. People might think I have a script. I literally just hit record and just say what's in my mind because it's not really hard to do that when look what the fuck's going on here. You know what I'm saying?
This might be a weird take. I honestly believe that 6LR shouldn't even be a thing. Maybe I don't know if you guys agree with that,
They
but
should have just put 7 out. I said this in
Yeah.
one of my videos. We would have been
I think-
fine.
They have lost market share by releasing this game, and I don't think they made much money
Right.
off of it.
yeah. So it's like, so because they announced 7 afterwards, I know, I guess I sort of know the reason. They want to keep the algorithm like, oh, here's 6LR, we're going to keep you up all the way to DOA 7. But it's like, the fact that this, 7 exists, it's like, well, I'd rather just wait for that. It like the feeling of like, what are you going to give me for this game that'll hold me over? And right now, from what I'm looking at, DOA 6LR is there's not really much there. And because of stuff like that, it gives this feeling of why does this game exist and for what purpose does it serve? Now, I've heard people argue, well, now it's a definitive PS5 modern gen game. I mean, sure, right? But it's still the same game that you played back on PS4 and when it first launched on PC. And maybe my expectations were too high. You expect 6LR to be like a much grand thing because when 5U came out over 5, it was pretty significant. It's more than just health bars. A lot of characters had quite a number of changes. The ground game changed a bit from vanilla. It was significant. It was pretty huge.
Yeah.
And I was expecting that with 6LR, but then they didn't give us that on launch. So it has the same feeling of like when 6 vanilla came out, you had no lobbies when on the first week. And now when 6LR came out, you had the same game as before. So it's like default after default kind of shenanigan. It feels a little weird, So
To me, the release just feels disrespectful, to be honest. Like,
right.
It's a re-release.
I said that, and
Yeah, no.
Yeah. If they had given like an upgrade patch or something, or like, some sort of upgrade paths for OG owners, maybe. But the way they released it just felt disrespectful.
Right.
Listen, so am I wrong as a I've been around for a while, guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like the most OG guy in the world, but like I've been around for a bit now, you know what I mean? So with that said, am I wrong in feeling like it doesn't really matter like what they do at this point, even if they release good shit? Am I wrong in just feeling like it doesn't really matter what they like? Dude, there was one person streaming the game at 9 p.m. last night. It was me. Okay, like this game has been out for 1 month. Okay, there was a little bit of hype there because of the badges and shit, and people were turning their streams on and stuff. But like bro, there was one person streaming the game last night, and it was me. Like, what the fuck?
It's the same game. I mean, why are people gonna keep playing the same game they've been playing for 7 years?
Yeah, true.
Slapping a new title screen on it isn't gonna change that. I mean, people
They
get bored
did
just
do
as
that,
fast.
didn't they? They put a new title screen on there and shit,
Yeah.
didn't they?
All this 7 years later, they still can't afford a main menu. We still have like a low resolution JPEG in the background.
Bro,
I mean,
why is that
Static,
there,
yeah,
man?
it's not even the backgrounds are all static. Yeah.
Bro, I said that, bro. I made a video. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, it pains me. It pains me.
I believe-
DOA. Go ahead, good. Come on, go
Correct me
ahead.
if I'm wrong. I believe that is the first DOA to have nothing but static background images.
DOA 1 maybe. I think
Okay,
that just had like
okay,
a
maybe you're right
black
about that.
background,
Yeah,
but I mean,
DOA 1.
everything after that.
We
Yeah,
can't
like,
really
even
count
then-
that, though. I mean,
Yeah,
none of
even
this shit's
then-
moved.
Yeah, in fairness to
Fair enough.
DOA 1, that was the first of its kind, though, right? So yeah,
True.
I would agree with you, Rikuto. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so just to go a little bit more into that, like,
Right.
what do you think that there's anything that they can do to release any type of content. Let's just say there's a game-changing overhaul in mind, right? I don't know if you guys heard about the secret version of the game that was like almost done and almost put out or some shit before DOA 6 was cooked. But like, I'm assuming that a little bit of the juice from that's gonna get sprinkled onto this. I don't know. Maybe they scrapped it.
I don't know about any secret version. I think it was too much of a confusing development process for them to have a better version just sitting in the office. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I could tell you things that they could do that would instantly make it more playable.
All right, bam. Let me get your top. You might have a lot. How many do you have so I can give you a good top number?
It doesn't even have to be numbered. Remember DOA 6++? A lot of the changes that Rev made? Like, basic stuff. Get rid of meters, slim down the hitboxes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You do that stuff, that goes a long way to, not pissing people off. The other thing is, you have male characters that you don't even have to charge for. It costs you nothing to really put them back in. Not really. Like, just
Leon.
put them back in. If you don't think they're going to sell, just put them back in. Free update. That's a bunch of... That bolsters the male side of the roster quite a bit, and it shuts a lot of people, myself included, up.
Yeah.
Like, you do those two things, and the game is suddenly a lot more playable.
Absolutely. D-Bomb, what about you, man?
Same as Rikuto. I do think there needs to be some type of I still have mixed feelings of my current situation when it comes to getting people to play the game. It goes back to what I said before with DOA 5 or even DOA 6 as well. It's finding ways to get people to play this game. And I'm not going to change my mind on that, where there is a bit of a struggle bus of getting people to stay on this game.
Yeah.
And you go offline with other people and you do this whole social experiment, and then there's like no interest. I need a reason to, more than just tech. I don't want to be like this tech guy every time, right? I want to do something more than that. I want to like contribute. But, I want things to be like, DOA is more than just improving. It's getting a cycle of players. There's new people playing. I think people, used to make jokes of like, how like every tournament is always the same players every time. Like it's always the same exact players, things like that, which is, nothing wrong with that. But where at some point, those people are going to be gone in the future. And you need people, after you to be like, hey, I really like this game. Let's get more people to play it. And then there's a future for DOA, and it just keeps going from there on.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like they have to do something that gives people like a reason to play it. Like, more than just costumes, more than just the pretty girls. Like, holy crap, some, really good mechanics, or something regarding throw breaks. Like, holy shit, they've improved the system, character reworks. Like, holy crap, I have a lot to explore in this game. I could make like 20 videos in one day. Like,
right.
I'm having the time of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're giving me purpose in a strange way. Like,
Absolutely.
You're giving me avenues to just be like, man, I really want to promote this game now. I think this game is super fun now. Like, watching these guys go out at a tournament, me traveling and stuff like that, meeting these people, it's just like, Jesus, man, this game is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then now it's like dwindled down where I don't really have that feeling.
Yeah.
Right? So I would like for them to come up with a way to somehow get people to play this game. That's my only big wish, really, realistically. Something that is more than just the titty fighter. That's been like a long running meme for ages, And trying to break that mold is not easy. I mean, I know that stuff is never going to go away, and it is what it is. It's stuff like that makes me not care as much. Where, like I said before, if DOA disappears tomorrow, I'm big chilling. I just simply move on. I play something else.
Yeah, because I mean, exactly. Like, when it comes to DOA, I was talking to Jay Gonzalez and I was talking to Alan Paris. Alan Paris was actually the one I was talking to. Shout out to Alan Paris. I was talking to him, and he was the one that was like, we were having this conversation about the game and how volatile it is, and I'm like, yeah, bro, you can really die in 2 stuns. Like, if you get stunned and get hit into a car this way, half your life is gone. Let's just say you juggle them back this way, and let's just say they flip overthrow you or something into the trucks over you. You're dead. Like, the game really works like that. So it's like, DOA has always been big on danger zones, but it's just like, dude, I swear to you, man, they overdid it. And not just that, it's like the neutral is in the stages. Like, your DOA neutral is based on the stage you're playing on, which that's kind of always been a factor. But with DOA 4, like, you know, you get a zoom drop down the bridge and then you're just fighting at this point. Like, there's a slip stun and shit. But you get what I'm saying? It was never like game breaking, bro. It was always like, oh, that's nice to look at. It does some damage. But, dude, you're dying to stages more than players.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no damage mitigation in DOA 6. No matter where you're aimed, you're hitting something that can potentially kill you.
Yeah.
And it's a problem. And you combine that with crap movement, and it's like, well, how you can avoid it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some characters can't move for shit. Like the problem is, guys, is that there's so many things wrong with DOA 6, and I'm not even just saying in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that most people would agree that the meter is ass. Like, right? Or am I tripping? And like 70% people would disagree and say it's good.
I mean, 1 out of 10 people might say they like meter.
Okay.
But
Bam.
most people hate it.
Bam. So,
Yeah.
fucking
Sure, yeah.
right there. If they know that, like, that's already one thing off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? There's so many things that's wrong with the game, especially, I'm not even talking about comparing to the other games. Like, we're talking about just to get this game to be competitively viable. And also, too, how even the casual players that are playing the game shouldn't be getting griefed, bro. Like, the fucking game is, it's like, I don't know, man. There's so many things that are wrong with it. I don't know what could be done to just fix it at this point.
You know, one of the things I think that torments casuals, it's... I don't know if it's something they did for competitive players, but I know competitive players don't like it either. And that is the length of the combos. This game is the only one out of the series that has had these repetitive bounds going on. And they make the combos go on like 50% longer than they ever did in the past, at least, if not more.
Yeah.
You weren't typically seeing like 30-hit combos, you know, happen in DOA in the past. Like, that was not the average experience, and now you see it all the time.
Fighting Mila,
Like,
you gonna fuck around and see a 30-hit combo a couple times in a match. Phase 4, she might hit you with a couple of them. Like, yeah, bro, some of the characters hit you a lot, and I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't know if that was kind of like what they wanted to do with the game, because I don't know that, you know how Harada and, like, with, you know, Namco, they were really big on letting us know that Tekken 8 was going to be like this, and it came out and people were surprised. They were really big on... I don't know that anyone over there at Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja ever came out and said, yeah, this game is going to be watered down like this. Like...
Well, yeah, obviously they're not going to say that outright.
I don't think Namco did it.
Shimbori would have been the guy to say that, but I think he was like so far removed from director stuff that he just didn't know how the game was even shaping up.
Right.
Like,
that makes sense.
Nakamura doesn't say anything to anybody as far as I know. Like, he doesn't even talk to his own people. So who's gonna say it? You gotta find, like, it's gonna be like another Evo situation. They're gonna pass out an announcement on a bar napkin and have the commentators say it. Like, they don't really have a spokesperson anymore. Hayashi's the closest thing. He's not gonna tell you about frame data.
Nah, hell no. So, you know, there was a person that is it Hayashi that they said is pretty good at the game.
Hayashi is not a DOA guy at all.
There was a developer or someone over there, someone that was high up that was decent at the game.
I think you're referring to Mochi A.
Oh yeah, Mochi, but he's nice though. That guy is a Hayabusa legend. No,
although he's not really. Yeah, he's not really like. I don't think he's like part two. He's more like a Koei Tecmo marketing team. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he's doing now?
I could be wrong. I don't really.
I believe that's what it is. I think he does the marketing and stuff over there.
Like, he got promoted somehow at some point, and then he just never looked back.
Yeah, I feel him.
From what I heard. From what I heard.
So there's like this roadmap for costumes and shit right now. I haven't purchased any of them. I'm not. I don't want to say I'm on a DOA 6 last round strike, but for me, if you look back at my DOA 5 last round, I never once bought a costume I didn't like. It's just not how I operate. So, excuse me, if they came out with a Hayate costume that was dope, which we all fucking know that's not gonna fucking happen. Like, we're not seeing any male costumes at all, probably. Like, you know,
not in 6. I don't see it.
Oh, bro, that is so fucking bad.
Well, I don't know how many people remember this. I think it was actually end of DOA 5's life cycle, start of DOA 6. Shimbori did an interview, and the interviewer was asking, you know, are we going to see any male DLC characters? And he said, well, you're going to see like some male characters packaged at launch for these games, but usually not as DLC. because we have to think about sales.
Yeah.
And you can tell that that is a mandate that was handed down to them from the executives. Like,
Jeez.
you will not sell anything that is not female with this game. Because we saw how the legacy stuff came out when DOA 5 Vanilla came out. Didn't sell for shit. So, yeah, we're going to take that to heart. Only sex now. That's it.
Fuck, bro. We're like dog, like D-Bomb.
It kind of was an ultimatum. Like, they legit gave them an ultimatum. Like,
Yeah,
either you do this,
the
or
thing
that's it.
The thing that baffles me is, okay, they had that negative experience selling some of that early Legacy DLC stuff. That was
Right.
disappointing to them for whatever reason. Why is it that every other fighting game can sell that stuff and have no issues whatsoever? And in fact, they sell more units and are more popular. Maybe the problem isn't like sex sells. Maybe the problem is something else. Maybe you need to make better stuff.
There you go. There you
I
go.
think you're right.
Look at Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken, they have all of our fucking costumes in the game, by the way, now. Like, all of them. Like, you can literally... The one costume pack that Tekken came out with was literally like a DOA costume pack or something. Like, it was literally the same. Like, I couldn't fucking believe my eyes. And no one batted an eye. You want to know why? Because, you know, Tekken 8 might... Listen, I get into this all the time. Tekken 8 might not be the best fighting game of all time. I understand that. But it's still marketable, and people are playing it. Like, there's never a time where you're going to get on that game and, like, bump into the same person unless you're in, like, the top 1 percentile of fucking ranked, bro. Like, the...
As bad as Tekken 8 is mechanically, like, the game knows how to generate hype and make a match feel exciting, you know, jank as it is.
It is.
It does.
Yep.
It does. Oh.
And the sad thing is, you know, once the new VF comes out, DOA will officially be the worst selling 3D fighter. Because there's no way that VF6 does not sell a truckload with what they're doing with it.
Bro,
like,
that game is going to...
It's going to bring in so many...
hotcakes.
It's going to bring in so many casuals because of that single player stuff alone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
and what's weird is, like, in that situation, Koei Tecmo is still going to be thinking that they're on the right track selling what they're selling and making no changes. It boggles my mind. Like, I don't know how to convince them otherwise. Been trying for years.
I had a idea of mine that I thought, you know, realistically, how much do you guys think that this whole project, like, minus whatever's in, you know, coming, how much do you think that it costs? Like, not literally, but, like, do you think that it was, like, an expensive task of them to just re-release this game like this, or do you think it was relatively cheap to do?
Well, Jason worked for them for a while, and he seems to think there were about 8 people on it. So,
Oh, he did mention like a skeleton crew. Yeah, I saw his post. Yeah.
incidentally, that last year when he was working there, they had about that many, maybe a few more working on it, like the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
They have not been putting much effort into DOA 6, I'm afraid. Like, it's been pretty bad. So
I'm assuming that there's probably not going to be any additional team members allocated on top of whatever's there. I mean,
not unless an executive has a serious change of heart suddenly for some reason. I don't see it. I mean, I'm sure whoever is working on the game is probably trying their damnedest to, you know, take water out of a rock. But it's got to be hard enough just getting that first DLC character out. Like, I don't envy them their task.
Clearly, I mean, she didn't come out with the fucking game. So, like, do you guys, either one, do you think that there's going to... It's like, I believe that whenever this new character comes, that's when the patch is coming. Somebody said they're going to put the character in the game without a patch. And I said, bro, they can't.
I think we'll get a balance patch when she comes out.
Yeah.
I think they're going to load up one major update when she comes out. I don't know if there's going to be anything after that. I wouldn't even count on it. There might be. But
yeah,
I think when we get an update, that's when it's going to be.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too. Because, like, it's like, man, am I the only one that it feels like DOA 6 Last Round's been out for like 3 months already? Like, I don't know why I feel like time is passing so quick. And, like, the game, like, you know, it's... Bro, I still... Somebody tried to compare it to Revo. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, sometimes I forget it's the Last Round edition. So I just assume it's the same game that we've played for 7+ years.
Yeah. I got on DOA 6 Vanilla the other day by accident, and I didn't know I was on it for a minute. Like, it took me a while.
Yeah,
like,
that. Like,
I just pushed start because I wasn't looking at the screen. I went to the main menu, which, as you know, is the fucking same.
like
So-
DOA 6LR is so good at being camouflaged that I still think I still call it Dead or Alive 6, but then I know it's 6 last round, but then I keep forgetting that it's a thing because it's so camouflaged because it looks like the same game as before. So
visually, have you guys felt like it might be? I don't know. I don't know if it's because I, you know what I'm saying, I had a cup water last night, but I was looking at the game during Reign of the Gods. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I made a comment during the event. I'm like, man, this game is looking kind of good right now. Like, the game is shit, but it's looking kind of good. I'm like, has it always looked like this? Did it always have that kind of bloom effect where, like, the characters get ready to fight?
so I think someone brought this up that they might have like up-resed the whole game.
Okay.
And I think it was a post by a guy on Freestyle Dodge. It might have been Guilty Gar, where he mentioned that some of the skyboxes are the same. It's just everything is like, it's just upscale to the native resolution of most modern, hardware that you have now. Maybe that's why it looks good. Again, I cannot confirm this. When I load up the game, it looks the same as original 6. So I don't know.
It really does. I mean, the only thing I really noticed with it is like some of the colors are a little bit different.
Yeah.
The contrast ratios are different. The bloom and glare is more intense on LR. Like, if there's like a white reflection on somebody, it's gonna be like a really big spot. It's gonna blot out all detail.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish they hadn't done that. I think it's a little bit overkill, but to each their own. I can tell you that if you don't turn down the brightness and you go to the highway, God, if Kasumi's wearing something, you're never going to see her if she hits the ground. Like, if she's wearing white, that's it. She's invisible. Like, it's blinding white.
Really quick, because I forgot that I DoorDash something. I got to step away. I'm going to let you guys kind of, before I step away for a minute, we're not going to be going that much longer anyways. Can you guys kind of get into, like, Rikuto talked about it earlier, but I don't think you actually stated what you thought, like, some things they could do to fix the game, like system-wise, like visually, like anything. Will I step away really quickly?
Okay.
You guys can kind of get into that with yourselves.
Well, what I remember mentioning was slim down the hitboxes like Rev did with DOA 6++, and get rid of the meter. I'm trying. I mean, there's tons of other nitpicks I could make, like speed up movement speed again, like. Yeah.
Yeah, because correct me if I'm wrong. I think it might have been Waza might have tested this, but with 6's free step is that you actually have diminishing returns of movement where it gets worse as the more you move, which is like kind of unheard of. It's like it's very backwards where you get penalized for moving too much. Yep. Which is like very, very strange.
It's just about 50% slower. I remember he has the GIF where it's like they show them side by side with Jan,
right, I remember that,
jogging in the background. Yeah, about 50% slower. Like, imagine just losing 50% of your speed in any other game. You would feel it pretty fast.
Yeah.
They try to fool you with that in DOA by doing camera tricks, like moving the camera a little bit closer at the start of the round or whatever, and not letting you move as far away from the other characters you normally would be able to.
Oh, to give you like this like false sense of like perception or illusion that
exactly the camera's so much more close. I'm seeing so much movement, but in reality, like no, you're actually like
you're
moving real slow. So it's not good. They did the same thing with DOA 4. It didn't feel good there either.
Do you guys think that there's a chance, because somebody I think it was Golden Ghost, I forget who it was, but they were like, yeah, no, like there's no chance that they're changing meter. Even in like the NES game, clearly we don't know, but I had an idea. I'm like, man, I think that they're like trying to be like, yo, we're not taking meter out. I don't think it's coming out of 6 last round at all. I don't know how you guys feel about it. This update, is it gonna just take sidestep out of the game? I don't know that. I mean, the meter out of the game. Like, do you think that they would do that?
I think there's a pride issue. I think there's a pride issue at stake when it comes to like new features being put in.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
They'll balance things, but they won't outright remove things. That's how I think this is gonna go down with that.
Okay, I literally said the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever remove the meter. I think it's too ingrained. It's specifically tailored for that game. I have a little bit of like optimism for like they may remove it in the future game. But as of now, I don't think they'll ever remove it. Simply because it's part of like this is how the game is going to be played, taking it out would not feel like DOA 6 or whatever. And I thought, if they were me, I'd be like, well, that's a good thing because now
Yeah,
it'll be
that is a good
game.
thing.
Yeah. But there may be like some sense of like maybe pride of like we can make this work. We know we can. We can make the meter work. There's got to be something there, right? And maybe that's something that they're latching onto, but I don't know, man. I don't think they'll ever remove it personally. I don't think they will.
Really quickly, I don't want to cut you guys off. If one of you guys have to step away, that's fine. I'm gonna throw Hoodless in here. So if we can go to like a quick 2-minute, 3-minute break or so, I'm gonna go ahead and get that transitioned ready so that way I can have him in here because we're talking like this, I'm gonna have to like physically add him to this first, and I don't want to do that one. So guys, we're gonna be right back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Appreciate y'all. We do have a super chat in there. If you guys want to ask questions in the chat, then just you can throw a super chat in there, and we'll definitely see it. If not, I'll try to go through to read the questions. My boy Ryan Bomber, shout out to my boy Ryan Bomber. He said break hold would have been fine if it was 1 per round, and they had to choose between a break hold or a break blow. Yeah, no, dude, the meter. We're gonna get. I want to like really get Hoodless in here because he's like mastered the system at this point. Like he has mastered the system and how to maneuver around it. Like when he plays the game, especially at the speed he's playing with Momiji right now, like he's like playing like a psychopath in this game, bro. Like his reaction speed is like super good right now, like for the way he's maneuvering. So I'm trying to get him in here. 1 second. Let me go ahead and transition out of here really quickly. You guys are gonna stay where you are. You guys can
Welcome to the ReignsCast.
try to jump out of here. But I mean, what about you, D-Bomb? What do you feel about the system?
To the ReignsCast.
The meter system?
Yeah, like how do you feel like they could
ReignsCast.
improve the game in general? Like not even talking about the meter system. Like what else is wrong with the system?
Well, I do want to apply a meter there. So, they probably have to reduce the amount of meter that you gain per hit, as well as the receiving end, as well as something to do with like probably something regarding the break blow, where you have like the Sabaki properties or whatever. It feels a little too Alberoach. I think it looks gimmicky. Does anyone? Maybe I'm the one going crazy here. I just think it looks weird. But something to do with like they need to find a way where meter is not such a massive priority. I have this like maybe like this whole thing of like they should probably only be used for something that's like in a special occasion or something like very vital. Like, okay, I'm about to die here. Maybe I'll toss in a break blow, or maybe I'll just like, just go in and just throw in my break blow. I have no idea, but I like to think that maybe reducing the meter could be a start where people get to play the normal DOA before that comes into play. That's my start of it, I guess.
That's a compromise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than the current situation anyway. It's not what I would do, but it's like definitely better than what we have.
Right. Yeah.
ReignsCast.
I think that's probably my take on that one.
To the ReignsCast.
Okay, so we got Hoodless in here. Let me transition back over here and make sure this thing is gonna look alright. Alright, cool. So we got Hoodless in here, man. He's got the bright yellow Batman John going on there. That shit is mad bright. It's crazy that Discord does that unless he made that his color or something, but it just gives you an auto like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Hoodless, can you hear us, man?
I can hear you.
Oh shit, let me turn you down a little bit. Damn, I had you on 200. Okay. Yeah, you should be good now. What's going on, man? What's up, bro?
Not much. How y'all doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty
That's
good.
good. That's good.
We were talking about you got in here at the perfect time actually, because I was telling, you know what I'm saying, the podcast, I was telling the people, I was also talking to them about it. I'm like, man, like I feel like you really mastered the system to this game at this point, like as far as like how comfortable you are. You know, the game is, especially with the sidestep and shit, you know what I'm saying, like there's a lot of things you kind of like gotta look for that you didn't really have to look for before, because sidesteps were always there but they didn't function like this. So like, yo, you'll just be like doing like flips around Momiji and shit, and then you'll like block and like punish sidesteps immediately, or you'll like, I don't know, bro, what it is, but you're moving at like fucking lightning speed right now in the game.
It's basically just experiences playing it, because people just stop playing it, doing it. We're doing what 2020.
Yeah.
Just everybody just been playing around, and everybody just tried down, stop. Just kept on playing because I just running hood weeklies all the time.
Yeah, right. So
Just
that's the
step on.
weeklies.
Yeah, just step on, kept on playing too. Just no other DOA is gonna come out, so like, yeah, I just kept on.
Right.
So like, it's nothing to look forward to. Oh, say go back to five? No, because everybody wants to say go back to run tournaments for five. I already did that before. But I don't like to come backwards because they're showing the same results because the same amount of players are just playing the same thing. So keep on playing six.
Right.
Just play what you like the whole time. That's why I just play what I like. Go on.
For sure. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I was talking to them about it, and we were kind of saying, like, man, like, is there going to be a point where, like, we kind of feel that way about the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, where we're like, yo, we really enjoy, because, bro, you remember DOA 5 tournaments? D-Bomb was there. Rikuto was at fucking damn near all the DOA 5 tournaments. You were at all the fucking DOA 5 tournaments. Like, there was a passion there and a desire there to play the game. You know what I'm saying? And you still have that in terms of, like, clearly we're also passionate about DOA. But in terms of the current, like, competitive scape of the game and, like what it is to be a DOA player with this one, because it isn't necessarily the same. Like, it is a different game. Like, you know, look, I think it's really interesting that you have like the same burn and passion about, like, this game that you had about the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because thing is, I mean, I've been playing since DOA two, so every, from those generations throughout, like DOA changed, always changed every single time.
Right.
So like me transitioning to four, the system changed. Transitioning to five, same the change. You got some changes in there, but it was still there. But at the same time, like now six, everything changes. Going back to where how the game was like DOA two. It played that way. So like yeah, I think I'm more enjoying it because of it's like the DOA two. It's just like DOA two. Just playing that, just adding on to what meter had meter, just meter game, whatever case may be.
For
That's
sure.
all it was.
Yeah, I get it. There's definitely a comparison with two there, just because of, you know, the stun launch aspect of the game. Like, is definitely still intact. Like, you can't force your opponent off the ground in DOA two. Like, you know, you get your little ground pounds in it, which is still there. But
Yeah,
I really do think it's just the introduction of the meter that just really, like, adds this
yeah,
fucking extreme factor to the game. Because when you really do think about it, I mean, sidestep aside, which is included in the meter system now, the game really is kind of DOA 2 with a bunch of fucking explosions all over the place, you know? Holes don't work exactly the same. The recovery's different on them, obviously. Throws, you know, they're slower across the board for the most part. But, like, when it comes to DOA 6, like, last round, like, if there was anything, like, because, you know, you're the world champion at the game, you know what I'm saying, like, for the as terms of the final circuit that we have for DOA 6. So you clearly, and to this day, bro, you've been playing the game consistently, going to tournaments, hosting tournaments and everything. So you have an understanding of the game that even Rikuto as a seasoned veteran might not have, or even, you know,
Hell
Destruction
no.
Bomb might not have, just because, like, you really been boxing in this game. When I watch you fight, when I watch Hades fight, Aqua Twister, I'm like, yo, you guys have, like, mastered this game, like, completely. You've
yeah.
mastered the game. You've gotten comfortable with it. So, but the question I'm leading to is there anything about the game that you would change, though? Like, even though you've mastered the game, you get how it works, is there anything that you would like to change about it?
What I'd like to change about it. Question. Good question. I'll say break holes need to don't be that much active. That's one. That's one. That's part of it. Uh, what else here? Really, that's it to me because there's nothing there I'm seeing there because it's only about the side stuff here on this game. That's all it was. All about the meter game with the side step and how much meter gain mostly on these hits, whatever. Because the thing is, when Master told me like don't get hit so much because they're gonna gain much damage, block more.
Don't get hit.
Shit, like it don't make sense. That really don't make sense to me because what it doesn't matter both both sides of y'all gain meter so fast anyway. It doesn't matter what the how the knockdown is. You gain more meter when you push them to the wall. You just really paying attention to it, like just slowing down the meter gain and how it's gonna be, how the game is. So
Yeah. So you just like broke the game open essentially in terms of, like, you know, like, the intricacies of, if there's obviously a system here. Like, we know how the bones of the system work, but, like, there's, like, certain matchups and stuff like that that really, I feel like, from DOA 5, you got to fight some of these characters different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly the game has
yeah,
changed, but the system has really changed a lot of the characters and how they function and how you got to fight them, bro, you know?
I'm gonna tell you this. Me play Momiji, I'm gonna give you an example for Momiji. Like in DOA 5, it was so many characters in DOA 5, and Momiji was there, just there, and she was just under the radar. So that means here, like in DOA 6, Momiji is the same effing character from 5. So she was not gonna get touched. She wasn't gonna get touched at all. So she's just playing that game the whole time because so now you forced the, when like Momiji just kept on doing 6PK, 6PK, 6PK on DOA 5 the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, here you really have to play her just because. Oh, you have no, don't do that. Guess don't do that. Side
She got a
no,
lot.
no, no.
She got a
You
lot of
have
tools removed from
sidestep.
five.
You
Come
have
on.
side. No, no. The sidestep is the prop. The sidestep. You can literally sidestep her and kill her. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
The sidestep in DOA 5 was you can just like, you know what? I'm gonna just slowly press, jab, jab, if I really wanted to, because my move is gonna retract you. Like example, Ellie can beat up Chrissy the whole fucking time because she's not gonna side. You couldn't jack her. You can't jack her the whole time. You can't jack or sidestep because I can delay my string the whole time to
Yeah.
retract you, so you cannot sidestep me. Here, I can just do this automatically and call it a day.
Right.
Okay? So now here, Momoji is doing the same thing. You have to just play her, but you can just get it off of you, boom, boom. That's all this is. Just because it's a meter. I don't mind the break code.
Right.
I don't mind the break code on the situation. I don't mind the break code. Sidestep. I don't mind the sidestep because the sidestep is there because if you just had no middle with no sidestep, the shit gonna go bonkers anyway because beginning of vanilla. It's gonna go
Right.
bonkers regardless. You just keep on sidestepping, sidestepping, sidestepping. That's why they put the
Yeah.
meter there.
For sure.
That's why they put the meter there.
Definitely.
So that's the difference. That's gonna be the difference of it because what else you gonna do with no sidestep? What you gonna do? You gonna go back to the result of DOA 2, just not there, just sitting there and block the whole time?
I hated that. I hated that. That made certain characters, especially in delay-based netcode, man. Like fucking fighting
Yes.
Hitomi, bro. Like just doing forward punch, kick, and throwing me and shit. And I'm just like, man, dude. There were certain things that, like, yeah, sidestep was I believe the sidestep was a step in the right direction for DOA. For me, what it is about the sidestep and the way it functions in 6 right now is just that I feel like obviously there's counterplay too. You can like fuck somebody up if you know they're gonna sidestep. Like there's actually a lot of really safe ways you
Yes.
can play against sidestep. But I still just can't stand the like and how it's just invincible like that. To like, I get it, that's what it's supposed to do. With 5, you try to sidestep at the wrong time, you were gonna get clipped, and you were like, man, that move doesn't even track, and you were getting clipped. But I think it was just because we were all so used to the system. It's like we knew when to sidestep. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew
Yeah.
when to sidestep the move.
Now here you can do the same. You can do the same thing here. But you know the string. If you know the string recognition the whole time, you know when the sidestep. You know when the sidestep. You have to use the meter.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the main thing.
You guys are
That's the
doing a
main
lot
thing
of
about it.
empty sidestepping. I'm seeing that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because the thing is, because if you play, okay, Rachel for example, she's just very linear in her string. It's only a 3-part string,
hmm
so you can just Is it on a sidestep attack you or just check the sidestep and throw you? That's all. That's all the game plan is concerning characters like
that's
that.
knowledge though. Like you can't just do
Yes.
that shit. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No.
Like I get it. Like forward punch kick, punch doesn't track. Forward punch kick doesn't track. Her back punch shit tracks. But for the most part, when she starts her strings, like, other than punch throw, she doesn't really have like a lot of like tracking moves like once she gets initiated in her string. So I get it, but it's just like even still to do that in real time and you're just like sidestepping like that, and I'm like, man, that shit looks crazy. And you're playing at a high level doing that shit. You know what I mean?
It's just yeah. The only thing I hate about the sidestepping is because you can get hit for free. That's all it is. You get hit for free just empty sidestepping anyway. You just get when an empty sidestep is someone just pressing without doing the sidestep attack. Yeah, you can get hit for free regardless.
Rikuto, how do you
Like I
feel about I wanted to ask you specifically, and I'm gonna ask D-Bomb next. Like with your character with Bayman, what are I know what they are. I mean, I know what some of them are, but you play the character really. So like you were complaining about character movement. I don't really notice that when I play Bayman just because I don't really play Bayman. That's something you'll notice if you've been playing Bayman for fucking 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So like, what are the top like 5 things for you that really fuck Bayman up in this game?
Oh God. Well, I mean the movement is the worst aspect of it. The thing is, Bayman has always had kind of chonky movement, but it got made even worse. And the thing is, heavy characters in DOA also have much wider hitboxes that extend well beyond their model. So when you combine bad movement with a chonky hitbox, it's just impossible to get people off of
You're
you.
just getting hit. You're just getting fucking hit out of all ranges and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, when you combine that also with DOA 6's stage design, where you can't really just lash out against the 9-framer, of which there's so many now. You have to sit there and guard, and then they throw launch you into the air into a DOA 6 stage. What do you think is going to happen?
You're gonna hit a truck or something, bro.
Or you start at like you have that same situation, only you're starting at the bottom of the museum, unforgettable, with a partition on either side, and you can't get away from them because they have faster movement speed than you. So your back is always aligned to that partition. Who do you think is going to hit it?
Yeah.
It's like you got maybe a 20% chance of not getting screwed. It's just there's constant situations like that where it's just, oh, well, I guess I'm going to go fly through the air and pray for a comeback, because that's just how the game starts when you're Bayman. Like,
Right.
you can make the comebacks, but it's rough.
Yeah.
Mostly, I just pray I get the wrestling stage. That's like the one stage he's good on.
Yeah,
Like,
because you can
if
just
I-
throw
if-
your ass into that wall. It gets the
Yeah,
good ball game.
If I don't have to chase people, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'll get my counter hit eventually.
Right. You know, dude, that forward punch nerf, it's you don't even really like notice it how bad the change was until you go back to 5, because he's like, like it's
went
so
from-
fucking fast.
It went from 11 frames to 17 frames.
Yeah, bro,
That's a bit of a nerf. That's a bit of a nerf.
bro, that's so bad.
And that's
like,
that's off of 6
Pretty
PP
rough.
and that's off of P6P. So that's two different mid punches they screwed over.
Yeah, he's
And they
just
slowed
like,
down to 17 frames.
like he's just like, yo, hold this. Like he just fucking
Mhm.
cocks
Yeah.
his arm back all slow and shit, dude. Yeah, I don't know. something like that.
I don't know if there's any other characters who have this issue. Bayman has no close hits whatsoever. Are there
Yeah,
any
he
characters
does.
like that?
There's characters that can't connect their close hit unless they do it like Rig. He can't do like a close hit after it's bound, but he can like dragon kick your shit when you're like bounded,
Yeah.
sliding backwards. So I don't know that Bayman can do that either. I think he doesn't. I know he doesn't have one, but I'm trying to think of any other character that might not be able to. Is it Brad Wong? No, he's got close hits. Damn, he has got no fucking close hits.
So there's also there is some.
You just said
weird-
Brad. Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
Brad's got close
No, no,
hits. No,
no,
I
no.
was.
Yeah, Brad. Yeah, Brad got closest.
Okay, I'm actually I'm getting pinged upstairs, so I gotta run.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
It's been great talking with everybody. It's been great
Yeah,
being
man.
here.
I appreciate
Yeah,
you,
man.
bro. You gave us an
Yeah,
hour and a
Rikuto.
half. Shout out to my boy Rikuto, man. Rikuto's chilling right now. I don't think you're actively doing any kind of content right now for the moment, but Rikuto,
Not at the moment, no.
make sure you guys follow his stream. He's a Twitch partner, you know what I mean? He's the only one of us that actually got Twitch partners, so you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I'm working on mine. That's what I'm trying not to fuck it up right now. So, you know,
You'll get it.
that'd be a
Hey,
big
keep
thing.
on going.
Get it. But
Yep.
you know, listen, shout outs to Rikuto, man. It was great to have you in here, bro. I hope to have you back on here again soon. It was good to hear from you, man.
All right, guys. Till next time.
See you, bro.
Later.
Next time, man.
Well, listen, guys, I got to talk to y'all a little bit. You know, Hoodless just got in here, and I know D-Bomb's been here for a minute, but I got to ask you about your situation, because you play a fucking Akira. You know, I know you play Raido, too. You play Raido, you play a couple other characters, but you're an Akira player.
I guess, yeah. You could. I mean, I did like playing them, but
Yes.
you know, I always adapt. I just play the next thing. If Akira's gone, I just adapt, bro. I just play the next thing.
You
I'll
don't
play
miss him
Kula,
in
I'll
6,
play
though?
I'll brew with you, bro. Not really.
Damn.
I know. So there is a bit of a misconception where people think I'm like JC. So JCA, I know he misses the character a lot,
Yeah.
and we would have conversations, and I remember he asked me, "Hey, do you miss Akira?" I mentioned that I missed the times I had with the character back in DOA 5, but I'm not gonna lose sleep for it. I always adapt. I always move on. I just play the next thing. I play Kula. I play Mai. I just play a bunch of characters because at the end of the day, I am a DOA fan, right?
Yeah.
So I just simply adapt. There might be some little bit of me that I do miss him, but I would think that he probably would not even work in DOA 6. I think he might actually be busted in this game. Kick cancels and all that shit. Like he'd be too good in this game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they don't want to go through that house of trying to balance him, because they can't really nerf that character. He has to play that way. He has to function that way. To be that strong, because he's high execution. But
Right.
no, I just simply adapt, man. I just move on. I just play the next thing.
I feel
Yeah.
you. You got to do that. I mean, shit. I guess if they take, they took, Hoodless didn't main Jackie like that, but I know he played a lot of Jackie in DOA 5. He might have even mained him at some point, but he ain't got no Jackie in DOA 6, so that's got to suck to, luckily, I mean, I played a lot of fucking Ein in DOA 5. He's actually my main character for real, but, not having Ein, bro, it's painful. It really is painful. I don't know that we're going to see him come back. It'd be really awesome for that to happen. As Rikuto said, they can just kind of wiggle him into the fucking game because they already got the character. They got the, they can just kind of put him in there. But I definitely feel like not having some of the roster from 5 to 6, not including, the virtual fighter characters, but not having like Ein and Leon definitely sucks. And just looking at like the scape of like the content and what's coming out right now, Rikuto made a good point, and he said that he thinks that there's definitely going to be at least one big giant patch coming. You know what I'm saying? Which that would be awesome to see. Like if they were gonna, I guess I want to ask you guys, like if they were gonna like adjust 3 things. You know what I'm saying? Like what would you want? Like what do you think they got to really get to right now that's really important? Like, and that can be included. Like they got to add rollback, which we know they're not going to do that. But whatever your thoughts are on that.
They do need to do something with I think that's probably like a common discussion over time these days, where they might have to do something with like meter management. Some people feel that meter builds too fast in DOA 6. Probably. It probably does. I think there might need to be some semblance of like, we need to play more grounded a little bit more before you use your meter. Like meter will come far later into the fight, like maybe like the end of like the first round somewhere where, when you start off, correct me if I'm wrong, you start off with like meter already off the bat, right? So I feel like you have to work for your meter. You have to do damage to get your meter in, and then now you have a defensive tool where you have meter to back you up, but you have to earn that meter. You don't start off with it. You have to play by the rules. That's my approach to it as one of the things that I would probably ask for. But again, I am very neutral to the situation. Whatever they give out, it is what it is. That's entirely up to them. Whatever they put out, it's entirely up to their balance.
For sure.
That's just how I feel. That's my top one for meter. For the other 2, I probably got to come up like at the top of my head. I probably don't know at the moment, but I know meter is one of them for me. That's it.
What about you, Hoodless?
I'm in the same boat with the meter. I'm on the same boat with him. Because you don't have to start. You really don't have to start with 2 bars and start. 2 bars and start the match. You don't have to. I can limit that. Yeah. I can limit with 1, but 2, no, you don't have to do that. To be honest, so you already have break code. You already got break code off the bat. You already got break code right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing about it. You got break code right off the bat. Then like, well, you just got 1 bar. So yeah, you want to use sidestep attack? Cool. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You left it alone. Now you got to build up again.
Because like
that's really bad.
Yeah, because you want to like condition someone to work your damage in. You start off with like Hoodless said, maybe just 1 meter. 1 meter is probably fine. But if you start off with like 0, it's like, okay, well now I got to work. I got to play the normal game before the big stuff comes in, where I have to outsmart my opponent. Like, okay, we both don't have meter. What do we do? And that also incentivizes in using like fatal stun, because you both start off with nothing. So you get to incentivize and promote more fatal stun because they have no meter to get out of it. So you're promoting. Some people may not like that, but like, well, how can I escape the stun now? Now he gets free launches. Well, don't get hit in the first place, right? So promote the ability to. You're both in a standstill and you both have nothing. You're fighting for scraps. You want to get your damage in. You got your scraps, and now you have something to back you up. So if that dude does make a comeback, you have meter to make up for it. Like, okay, look, I earned my shit. Okay, so now that other dude has to work for it too. He might have to work for it in round 2, but you already got your shit in round 1. You know what I mean? So that's the concept of what I would like to see in DOA 6, because I know meter is like a hot topic of like people dislike it, and I get it. It is a weird state of DOA. It's the first of its kind. DOA never had this, and I get it. But maybe there is some hope to it where it's a bit of a trial and error. Just find some way to be like, you know what, we can make this work. It's as meter, but at least it makes sense. You got to work for your shit.
Yeah.
That's how I would go for it.
So. Bro, you're starting the first round with a potential fucking break blow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like That's bro, like
Yeah.
god damn,
Yeah,
dude, like
it
shit.
happened. You see that shit happening every single time. So
Yeah.
Man, that
started
would
the first round,
fix.
somebody can end it with a break blow and got no meter for the second round.
That's right.
Yeah, that
You
is
know,
true.
Gonna
They
happen.
don't
because they
have
gotta work
shit.
for it. They gotta work for it, man.
They
Yeah.
got to get it back, but you know it ain't gonna be fucking long until they get it back. You know, like they hit some S's. That S, man, that'll chunk the fucking bar up
Yeah.
really quickly. You know, and you don't have no reason not to use the S at that point, because you know you ain't got no fucking meter anyways. But nah, I think that's a good point with the meter. I mean,
Yep.
that's got to happen. Like the meter management, like you're gaining way too much meter too fast, and I do believe that if they're gonna keep it at that speed, you shouldn't start with half your fucking resources, like half of all your resources. I think that's
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
think so
point.
too.
What about like stages? Do y'all think that like you should be hitting that F-150 twice on road race? Or you think that once is enough? Like,
Hoodless, you go ahead, man. You could probably Hoodless will probably answer this.
well, he
Should we-
plays
should
competitively
we-
more, so like you know he'll.
Yeah.
Cause I'm
Hoodless will
looking
probably
at
answer that one.
look. Okay, I'm waiting. To be honest, no, I say that, but we don't have that many stages to deal with. We don't have
You're
that many
right,
stages. That's the
That's
problem.
true.
That's the
That's
damn
but
true.
problem.
the other 30%
70
of them are
stages.
banned, so it's just like you're gonna get road rage or the couple wrestling
Okay,
rings, and then you got
all
the
right.
beast. There's only like 6 other fucking stages.
Hey, my look, you gotta think about this now. So the difference here, because we're gonna change. I already want to change the stages anyway. It's gonna happen. So Japan got 4 stages banned.
Okay.
Oh, like Chinese Festival,
Yeah.
the Chambers of Potential, that's the training stage,
Yep. Mhm.
the boat stage, and Hidden Garden. 4
Yeah.
stages
Oh,
you're gonna
man.
lead.
Yeah.
Oh no, my bad. Not Hidden Garden. The museum.
Museum.
They delete that museum because you don't know where you're gonna spawn at.
Oh.
That's why they
no,
did
Hoodless,
that. You don't know where you're gonna
Hoodless,
spawn at.
Hoodless, you're still right. I
Yes.
think Hidden Garden is still banned in Japan. From what I remember.
Damn,
Garden,
they
okay.
banned Hidden Garden too.
Hidden
It's
Garden,
not.
yeah, Hidden Garden because
It's
you
still in the
can't go
bug.
back up top. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can't go back
Oh,
up top, so that's the
correct. So,
problem.
man, dude, yo, they're gonna probably fix this stuff. You guys think, right? Like issues like that, they're probably gonna adjust those things.
I think they will.
Yeah,
I think that. So
they're gonna fix those
this
things.
is
I think.
the problem is that it is a bit of a slow snail pace because there's so many stages this banned. I mean, there is a running
Yeah.
joke where like people say like the most balanced stage is the training stage, but you can't even play that because that's it's banned.
Yeah.
So I like to think that any significant changes with stages, it's I think that's like on a harder scale compared to like a character. So with stages, I think they are aware that some stages are a problem. It's just maybe right now they're trying to fix it up, but it's at a very slow snail pace.
Yeah.
We probably won't even see any significant changes until Minato drops, including stages. So
Yeah.
if we're going from the track record here, because I remember this very vividly. When Nyo Tengu first dropped in 5U and Mary Rose, as well as Phase 4, every single character drop was a character balance patch. And some of them were huge. You know, when Nyo Tengu dropped, almost every character got changed, almost everybody. And they'll probably do that again, and maybe the stages will get adjusted along with it. But I do think it is a problem that some stages right now are banned, and it is unfortunate because that's pretty much like almost like 35. What you said, Emery? Almost 35% of stages.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think, what's funny is that I do think those alternative ways to get those stages back, but it is one of those things that's like you have to compromise something. I saw a post from it might have been one of the Yesu team from Japan. They mentioned that they want to turn off Danger Zone in stages like Chinese Festival, but then the stages are part of DOA though, so it's like, well, what are you gonna do? How do you compromise that, right? So they actually have some players over there who are even willing to turn off Danger Zone just to have those stages playable in a playable format.
Right. Yeah.
That could work. I mean, listen, if you turn that off,
Yeah.
the fireworks are cooked, right?
Yeah. The fireworks
don't
are
really-
cooked.
Is it cooked?
Fireworks
Oh,
are
then
cooked. Yeah, they are cooked.
okay.
They cooked.
Why don't you guys just do that shit then?
The
Because
thing is this: you don't know what stage is gonna be. You can just turn that bitch on. You're doing what stage is gonna be.
oh, you're right. Because
Problem.
then you'll get the wrestling ring stage, and then Danger Zones are off. So you're saying
Yeah.
Yeah.
that Japan
Yeah.
is trying to play with none of them on it on at all.
Yeah, so they're trying to come up with a way of like they even thought about like putting like paper inside of like a bucket and then just
Oh.
pick the stages through there.
Fucking
And then if,
lame.
Yeah,
if
just
it's the
pick out the
band
stage.
stage,
Yeah.
yeah, and if it's the band stage, you pick just turn dangers off. But
Sheesh.
like Hoodless said, man, over here, it's a bit different because we don't have that everywhere you go. You can't just get a paper out of a basket. And then,
Hold on, they could run the
Yeah.
random select, whatever stage it gets. If it lands on one of them, go back, pick it without the danger zone on, and just run it like that. If they wanted to just do it without any issues, you could do it like that because then you know what stage you're gonna get. Go back to character select, pick it again. I mean, it's first to 2 for the most part, and some of the
Right.
fucking tournaments in Japan are first to 1. You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I am curious though with that. I have a question on that one. Is that okay in the tournament setting though? Would they be okay with that?
Assuming.
I don't think they would. That's time consuming.
Yeah.
We're talking
Yeah,
that's
Time
gonna take.
consuming.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Back and forth like that, yeah. Offline, like we have this conversation, like, oh, flip a coin, you want to pick a stage, whatever it is to be.
Yeah.
You can do that. That can be a good way to do that, but online, nah, we ain't doing.
cannot do that
Yeah,
online,
hell, online. Fuck no, that would take
Assuming
like
we
5
had-
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck no, yeah, you're right. Okay, so the stage thing, we already agree that but he's right. Road Rage is the only stage that you die like that on. But I just feel like
Right.
we get the stage so much because some of them are fucking banned. So if they fix the stages that are in the game with like the issues that they have, or find a way to tone them down and then re-release them, I think that's a good way to go about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because the road race stage is only as bad as it is because you get it one of every fucking 3 times you pick a stage.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's on the screen a lot. You're getting hit in the trucks all the fucking time, dude. It happens. Especially with sometimes you start on that stage, man, and you hit a truck within the first 10 seconds, and it's like, jeez, man, I'm dead already.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dead.
It'd be the same. It'd be the same thing. Because everybody want to petition about throwdown. Same thing.
Yeah.
What
Some
about
instances on
Throwdown?
a
Y'all
lot
think
of
that one
places.
should go too?
Throwdown is the one with
Probably.
the NPCs, right? Like they throw you back.
Yeah, all the
All the
NPCs.
people that just got off work and shit, yeah.
So throwdowns are basically they're almost the same as like a reset throw in some capacity, right? They throw you back in,
Yeah.
and then you have some advantage, right? I think what they could do is that they I think someone brought this up before. I do think it's a little crazy that you can put someone in a loop all day on that.
Yes, true. Yes, correct.
I am neutral here because I never got hit by these shenanigans. Maybe I will one of these days. I'm like, man, this shit is busted. I'm
gotta
sure
get hit
Hoodless
by
want
it
to
in
go
a tournament for
Yeah.
real.
So,
Ever seen
Hoodless-
in a tournament?
People get hit.
It's-
People get hit. People get hit. People
Yeah.
get hit. So.
So if there was a way to if it is an issue for that stage, what they could do is that they could probably set up a flag where how many times that would reset, where you have like a timer of how many times you can throw someone in there, like maybe like a 5-second delay, like okay, this next time it's just a straight up wall splat, or whatever the case may be. If it's an issue, right? I heard stories that throwdown should be banned. I guess maybe it should, right? So if it's a real issue, then I guess it should go away. Well,
But yeah, no, it's not an issue. For me, it's not an issue.
that's not an issue. Oh, man, there
Some
you go.
characters benefit, some characters don't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the human. It's just the player dealing with the shit when they get hit by it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's essentially like a reset. It's almost like a reset throw. They literally pull you in, and then you're
Yes.
resetting the whole neutral, but the offender's got a frame advantage. So, I'm hearing stories that stage should go. I heard even Japan might consider it banning that stage, but NA could always be different. But if it is an issue and for some reason they gotta change that, they should probably set up some type of flag where the amount of times you get resetted is limited to maybe twice, and then the third time you gotta wait. It's like a cooldown. You gotta wait before you could throw someone back in there. So I don't know. That's what I would go for it. So
The tricky part is this, because everybody like to do safe throws. So they do safe throws at the citizen.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You do safe throws
Yeah,
at the problem. If they press a button, if they go off splat them again, they go back to the situation. That's why the reset.
Yeah.
That's gonna reset. That's the reset.
Yeah,
It's just dirty.
it is a dirty
Where-
setup.
There's some dirty
Where
shit.
that's-
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's where I'll limit my advantage. I said I'm gonna have my advantage. I'm gonna do throw. Limit my advantage, so I'm gonna put you back at the wall and reset it again. If you press, if you hit a button out the shit, whatever the case may be, or just
I
take
get
my
you.
damage whatever. It's gonna be a wall splat.
They could fix it. You know how they could fix it? I was thinking somehow maybe like the issue truly is not even the citizen assist. It's that the citizens are behind them. So it's like if there was a way where they could flip the camera angle and you were to just go out in the open, like it wouldn't be that bad because you're not going to potentially resplat into them again or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how they could fix that. I don't think it's bad that it occurs one time because that it is extreme for DOA danger zones, but I mean like you could hit a truck, you know what I'm saying? So maybe they could turn the camera angle like when you go into them and like the camera angle comes and you're out in the open and I don't know because then the attacking player will be over there. I don't fucking know. Like it's the fact that you can get reset. I think it makes the danger zone over the top. That's the only thing because, bro, like it doesn't really matter how good you are in that situation. You're only going to be so good at guessing. It's a guess. Like, what you going to do?
Correct. Yep.
It is,
So, yeah, I think that the problem in the stages is truly that the danger zones are just a little over the top. And Throwdown, it honestly is a sick-ass little night stage and shit. But, bro, the fucking, there's boxes all over the place. There's no corner.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the boxes.
Yeah, bro, there's crates. Fuck, man.
Yeah, you breaking out two boxes. You breaking out 3 other boxes on the other side. It's gonna be.
What about
everything's open?
The pirate ship stage? Like, I feel like they just gotta delete that shit, bro. The top of the stage is unplayable.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not. It's a look. The reality is it's a shaky. It's a shaky boat. It's a shaky boat. You hit that the wall, and that's all. It's gonna be.
Bro, you be doing
So
combos
they try to
and
make
the
it realistic.
character be
So
flying all over the
how
fucking
your
place.
combos going? Yeah. You got the monster combo. Yeah, you got the monster combos the whole time. On top of the stage. So you rather be at the bottom. You rather be at the bottom. Cool. You rather be at the bottom.
I definitely wouldn't.
You rather
bro.
be at the bottom. Yeah.
Do y'all think that
is
stage should go? Y'all think that should stay competitively going forever? Or do you think that they can fix it and then we could see it more? Like,
I don't know. Competitively, it's not gonna be there. So it's just a stage. It's just for me the story mode. So just a stage to be there. Yeah.
It's just a novelty. All right, so we're in agreement. People shouldn't be competing on that shit. You're down at the bottom, hitting the fucking roof over. Yo, you ever see the character when they hit the fucking roof, bro? They just bounce off the fucking roof, bro.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that shit's funny as hell. I was in the replay mode
but
and I zoomed in. They're just dead, bro. They just hit the fucking roof.
Wait, but Emery, what you
people
mean?
people.
No, I was
People
gonna
make
say
combos for that. So
Yo, yeah, my boy Immortal Genesis. Is it Immortal Genesis or I forget his name. Something like that. He makes combos.
It's like Crimson Genesis, I think.
Crimson Genesis, yeah, he makes some nasty ass combos on that stage.
No, but Emery, what you mean? They're gonna put a Boro on that next. They're gonna put a Boro, bro. What you mean?
Bro,
yeah, they're gonna
put a Boro on
Yeah,
that.
more
It's
things
on
bad.
that stage is gonna blow your computer up.
Gonna add more lights on these stages. So
Yeah, man, they're gonna put a Boro on. It's gonna be bad, but they're gonna put it.
All right, so I got one more question for you guys before we wrap up,
Yeah.
and then I want to get to you guys. I'm gonna have people ask questions in the chat really quickly as well. But I mean, before we go, like there's July 30th is the date that there's an update coming out. If I'm not mistaken, there's an update coming out on the 30th. And I think that's just a costume or something, or is there gonna be something more to that? Is
Yanni, hey
Yanni.
man, look, Yanni, they snuck that in, so they didn't know it had another week.
Okay. So Ayana's getting the cool little costume. All right, the Tamaki one was clean. I can't even front, bro. That was a nice ass costume. That might be like the most effort that I've seen in terms of like creative ability. Like they've been given the budget, they're given whatever, but the Tamaki costume is nice. I gotta give it to him. It is a nice costume. I hope to see more costumes of that quality. Like, bro, the Ayani costume's got to be clean. Like whatever the costume gonna be is.
They went and say Tamaki. They saw Tamaki at the end. I was like, yeah, Tamaki don't have the best costume anyway. No matter what all these 3 characters have.
Yeah,
they knew it because they coming from Venus, so they recognize that character. So everybody else from the West recognize that character. So she gonna have a nice costume.
That costume's in Venus, or you mean the character? You mean like she's from
the character at the character.
Damn, that's a smart way to put it, I guess, business wise. Like, yo. Like, this character is more popular because, Venus Vacation, whatever. We're going to go ahead and give this fire-ass costume to her because it's more likely to sell. It's a good way to look at it, Do y'all think that there's going to be, in the near future, the balance patch and the new character release? Do y'all think that that's something that might happen? Or you think that they're going to kind of, like, push the brake pedal on that until, like, September time or something? Because we're going into August.
Man, I don't know how to put this. Look, I have a little bit of optimism that there will be some changes when that character drops. So it'll probably be somewhere like some. What did they say? It was like at the end of the summer. Is that what they said? End of the summer.
Yeah, in the summer.
End of the summer.
So
So
you got your next month, and yeah, you got next month in September. Say
yeah.
September because we got in the summer.
So I think they can probably work something out. It's I think this is a game that just comes out at a very slow process, man. Very, very slow. There's only so much they could do, right? I heard it, it has like a skeleton crew, so it is one of those things of like we might see. I think Minato might change some things because when a character drops, she has to compensate for the current character. So every character has to like get balanced around this new chick, right? So I think there will be some changes. If they're on a track record of that, probably not much, but I think it'll be significant at least. So
For sure.
yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess before we go, is there anything anything that y'all want to shout out in terms of like upcoming content, events, or anything like that before we get out of here?
Me here. You can go. You can go. I
I
got a
was
lot
gonna
of
say,
shit.
well, I mean, people know where to find me on Twitter. I'll still make tech. Follow me on DB. I love DOA. I'll still support it on the sides. I'm not as active as I used to be. I have in real life. I got a girlfriend, family stuff.
Man, out here doing this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, man, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm about to be, 34 years old. My birthday comes in October. Nobody could be father time.
too.
So, oh, you too, man. Yo,
Yo,
same-
32,
Hey.
bro, on October 14th, bro. I'm getting old out here, bro. This shit crazy.
Look, man.
Birthday already
Sometimes,
passed already. So.
Hoodless birthday
Yeah.
just passed. Happy birthday to Hoodless as well.
Oh,
It was just his
happy
birthday.
birthday! Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
it was just
man.
his birthday,
Holy.
like last week or something.
Oh, yo, happy birthday, Hood, man. Holy. Oh, no, wait, I said you had
Appreciate
birthday
it.
before. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
You good,
My
bro.
bad, Hood. My bad, Hood.
We all
Damn.
getting old, bro. But it's cool because we're old, but we're youngish. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah. Really quick, though, I just want to say that despite the circumstances that we all go through with DOA, I want to give you guys a lot of props for still managing, despite the situations with Japanese game politics. You guys still pull through, especially you, Hoodless. I'll be watching sometimes, but you put in a lot of work, so it's incredible stuff that you do. I hope you keep doing it. Because these days, man, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of this and that, and you still pull through. You never let that shit take over you. So
Bro, Hoodless be
especially
like
you,
this.
Emery. Yeah, he
Hoodless
focused.
be like this, bro. Like there'll be
So-
like all kind of shit going on.
Yeah.
He just be like this.
So,
Yeah.
despite the circumstances, man, especially you too, Emery, man. I mean, you out here, doing your own thing, bro. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that you're still living.
Okay. Appreciate it.
You guys have a lot of passion, bro. Sometimes it just be like that, man. We out here, we're on the struggle bus. You want this game to improve, and then you're shouting it out on the top of Mount Everest, and you're waiting for these people to hear you, but then they can't hear you. And sometimes, man, that's okay because I know they probably did hear you. It's just even they got their own shit going on. But shout outs to you guys, man. You guys are putting a lot of work. I'm not on as I used to be. There are days where like I just don't even want to play any game. This is how it is sometimes, bro. I just be busy, man. I just can't even play a game. I can't even play a fighting game. Because I just be playing other shit. I'm having a lot of fun with other games, but I do be watching, man. So shout outs to you guys, man, because you guys do phenomenal work, man.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, man.
Hoodless, man, anything that you got, bro? I appreciate you too, D-Bomb, man, of course, bro. Legendary D-Bomb. Shout out to the homie
Anytime,
for coming through, man. Definitely, I had the pleasure of meeting D-Bomb in person at a couple tournaments as well back in the day. So,
Man, 5 times.
we've
met
all
like 5
met
times.
multiple times, yeah, at tournaments and shit like that throughout the years. So,
Vanilla,
it's
man.
cool to have him in here too. But Hoodless, anything that you wanted to say before you go, man?
It is for one, anyone did not know that one of the content creators for Koei Tecmo for DOA, one of
Hey,
them.
me
So
too.
it's a couple more there. They ain't say nothing yet, so I already know they are.
That's what's up, man.
Second thing, October. I would say October. Yeah, October to the 16th to the 17th. XFS first offline tournament is going to be happening in Austin,
shit.
Texas. Please sign. The sign up is there, and tonight is the last day for standard registration. So you can sign up. You can use my discount code because you're gonna get to discount your price on it on the registration, regardless of what game you can be playing. Because it's 14 other games that you can be able to play. shout out to Tekken and SNK for sponsoring them also because you can get if you playing Tekken or Fatal Fury, you gonna get points for it also.
Oh
You go
shit,
there.
that's what's up. Okay,
Nice.
got some
Pretty
Yeah.
points
good.
for the games and shit. That's
Yes,
crazy.
correct. And Dell I6 is gonna be a main game there because we love DOA regardless of this and every other 3D game that's there. So I'll
Okay.
be the Tito there. So up, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna help y'all out. Just hit me up. Third thing is let me see. CEO about to coming up. If anybody is going to CEO in Florida in August 16th to the 17th. It's August
Where is that
16th
at
to
in
the
Florida
17th.
again? Is this still in Daytona or they moved it?
Orlando.
Oh, okay,
Orlando.
it's in
Orlando,
Orlando. Okay.
Florida. They will have the LI5 and the LI6 there. Let
What?
y'all know now. And you can sign up for it. It's a 32
Oh,
player cap. It's a 32 player cap. Sign up for it because it might run out for DY5 because I don't know because people like DY5.
Damn, hold on. I
Oh,
just saw that the
stay.
signups end on the 29th or some shit. Am I tripping?
um, it's a community game, so you can just
Okay.
sign up for whatever it comes to be. So
Nice, nice. Okay,
it's a
cool,
community
cool,
game.
cool.
You
Nice.
can sign up for it.
damn, that sounds
Uh,
sweet.
I'm
the
going
next
there,
thing, I
so.
don't. So the next thing, BRG is hosting a tournament in August 20. I think it's August 24th. It's $1,000 on the line. Okay, online. Will be on. It's be on Steam. You don't have to sign up for it. You got. They have a sign up on Twitter, so you can look for Black Rose Game. I think Black Rose Gaming on Twitter. Okay, guys, you can check that out and sign up for it. We got 26 people. I found out. Yeah, I found out today. It's 26 people that signed up. You can sign up for it now.
When is the cat? When
Uh,
is the
there's
cutoff
no
for that?
cut. There's no. I don't know the cut. I don't know the cutoff, but
Okay.
a little bit before that date because it's August 24th around that time.
It is okay, so it's around the time. So y'all still got almost a month, man, to sign up for that shit. Make sure you guys gonna sign up $1,000 on the line, bro.
That's down online. Down online.
Definitely.
And shout out to BRG. Shout out to Looney, to be honest, because he doing everything. Same as Hades, same as Ghost Hyperflex. The whole team is doing their thing for this tournament. So
Yeah.
please support them. Please support them. So you can, because we putting everything into the community. So that's what we're gonna do
Sure.
here.
I don't have any links for you guys, but there's if you guys are in my Discord, I believe in the event section. I know the BRG tournament's in there. I don't know if the XFS's one is in there, but you guys can go on Twitter and find all this stuff. It's all in there. If you guys find Hoodless's Twitter, if you guys find my Twitter as well, I have the There's also the clan thing too that's going around too. Make sure you guys check
Oh
out the
yeah,
clan
clan
thing.
thing. Yeah, shout out the clan thing for real. The clan verse. Shout out to Mojo.
That's really awesome.
Mojo wanted this because he wanted clans. He wanted clans regardless of what it is. But he did his thing. He got clans. So he waiting for more people who want to join up his server and make. If you want to make your own clan and play these other clans, join up his server and get your team up. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
man, that shit's dope. I really like the clan shit because it reminded me of those old, 2014 like lag stab lobbies, bro. Playing in the perfect combo clan matches and shit, bro. That
Yeah.
shit was
Mhm.
awesome. It
Even
reminded me of
DOA4 had
that.
that shit, man. Even
Yeah, y'all was
DOA4.
running. I wasn't in the clan
Even
matches in
DOA4.
DOA4. I wasn't good enough. They
Yeah.
wasn't letting me in them bitches. But yeah. Shout outs to all the events and all the people doing their thing, man. Make sure you guys go and follow Hoodless, go and follow DestructionBomb. That is gonna do it for our time, man. If you guys don't got anything else, we'll get the fuck up out of here. It's been a blast. See you guys in the next episode. We like to do these pop-up style, so the next time you see us will be sometime in the future. We don't know yet, but hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to probably edit this up and throw it on YouTube when I get a chance. Who's been very busy these days. Make sure you guys check out Reign of the Gods as well before I go. Check out Reign of the Gods. All right, we're getting down to our last two sessions here. My boy Hoodless is on his defense match, and once he defends against, I believe it's going to be either Dark or Magic Death Gun, he'll be able to fight not Aqua Twister, because Hades is going to fight Aqua Twister. Whoever the other GOD4 that goes up, you'll be able to fight that person to promo up. I believe it's going to be I don't even know who it's going to be. I've looked at the list. But either way, thank you guys for showing love to the podcast, Reign of the Gods, all the other events and everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. You guys will see me streaming soon eventually as well. But yeah, next episode of Reign of the Gods is on next Saturday. So make sure you guys come through next Saturday. And before then, I'm planning on doing like regular streams on YouTube because I can't stream on Twitch because I'm going to fuck my shit up. So yeah, I see you guys. Much love to y'all, man. I'm out of here.